What up, everybody? It's your buddy Brian and your buddy Matt. Oh, I'm sorry, your buddy Matt here again for another episode of what are we calling this now? Now it's the Horror Movie Club.
Nice.
Yeah, because I keep changing the title, without any announcement or fanfare.
It's like poof.
Wait, hold on a sec. Okay, I'm not echoing anymore. Okay. No, I was just echoing in my own ears. No, I'm still echoing in my own ears. What the fuck? Wait. Okay. Hold on. All right, hold on a sec. I'm sorry, people, having technical difficulties here. How the hell is that? Okay. Oh, wait a second. Let me wait. How am I hearing myself?
Do you have a YouTube window open? That's other than the StreamYard?
I did.
That needs to be muted.
Wait, hold on a sec. There we fucking go. God damn it, man. You would think I would have that down by now. I'm going through all these different windows. I'm just like click, click, click. No, that's not. And then it's all the way on the left. But anyway, folks, thank you for your patience. Thank you for tuning in. We are here tonight to talk about Dario Argento's 1977 masterpiece, Suspiria.
Yeah.
And it sucks that we can't play any music. Yeah. It sucks that we can't play the music. I'm just gonna have to do it like a cappella. La 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 la. Which. Yeah, this is one of those movies where, Matt, you've never seen this before, have you?
No, it was the first time watching it. Yeah, something different.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. I hope you had the lights down.
Oh yeah, it was. I was trying to turn it up loud, but I got babies too, so I had to keep kind of turning it up and down so I could experience that senses attack.
Humbling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, headphones are good for that too.
That's true. That's true.
Even better, because then you're really not getting away.
Right? Yeah, right. No escape.
And also you can catch that's one of the things I like about surround sound, especially when you've got a beautiful restoration like this. I posted the link, of course, where people can watch it for free on Tubi, and that looks like it's a beautiful print. But everybody needs to own this, and actually, I would say he needs to own 2 copies. One is a backup in case anything happens to this. It's from Synapse. They've always put out top-notch DVDs and stuff, and nice. This is just an absolutely beautiful a 2-discer.
Oh,
yeah, and. Not all Blu-rays are created equal. For instance, if you get the Mad Max Blu-ray, it's the DVD, right? But then if you get the Mad Max 2 Blu-ray, it's eye-popping. Like you've never seen that movie look like that. It's watching an old favorite movie in a brand new way. And anyway, they spent 3 years restoring this motherfucker.
Damn.
And yeah, and wow, it has never looked more beautiful or sounded more ominous.
Yeah, you need that too with that movie, man. Like with all the colors and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Oh, without a doubt.
It's a small world on hell.
Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, Ollie from 656. Yo, what's up, dude? Hail. And let me see. I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post a link in the chat. If anybody wants to hop in and join the discussion, you are certainly welcome to. If you have not seen Suspiria, shame on you. Rectify that shit stat. Because it really is one of the movies I would say that is an absolute must-see, especially if you have even just like a casual interest in Italian horror, because this is of course like one of, if not the definitive Italian horror film. I mean, I wouldn't call it the definitive horror, Italian horror. I mean, for me, that would be like a Mario Bava movie, like Black Sunday or something like that. But let me get an invite link here. There we go. And that's in the chat. So Ali, you ain't got no excuse. You ain't got no. Well, yo, dude, I didn't check my Twitter DMs. Now you got no excuse, mofo. Let me shoot one also to Joe Vigil. He may be joining us this evening. Anyway, Suspiria. Matt, what did you think?
I thought it was an excellent movie, man. Like, again, it was attack on the senses, but that's, just one facet of it. All the different lighting and set designs. The story was awesome. I liked how it took place in Germany, and
Yes.
Just the whole backstory of the creation of the ballet academy.
Yes.
And
yeah.
It's a lot of it ties. I don't know. You don't know if it ties together certain parts. Like, I don't know if we're going to go into spoiler territory a little bit, but it seems like the beginning kind of like might have came back around full circle towards the end. You know what I mean? As far as the young lady entering the academy when it was in the rain and whatnot, and I don't know. It was awesome, man. I love the just like the set design, and oh man, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. It's just like another one of those movies that build.
You're on a freight train.
Yeah, it just doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going. And I didn't expect it to end that way. I thought the movie, I thought it was going to be something else. I like the ending better than what I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
You thought it was going to be something bleak, and instead what you got was a fairy tale ending.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was going to be a straight up like I thought it was going to be like a straight up just a slasher, like Michael Myers ending, and that's not what I got. You know what I mean?
No,
it was something way better,
Way better.
I like the foreshadowing just for the buildup of the main character, the main villain, the antagonist, when you didn't know not the antagonist. The antagonist. You didn't know what to expect or what it was, and there's still some questions. There's still some questions of like what exactly happened 100%. I'm going to go back and rewatch it a few times.
This is one of those movies. This is one of those movies where everything does make sense.
Yeah.
It's right. There's a logic to it. And it's not just a dream logic. Yeah. It's just that the filmmaker and the writer, they're not bothering to tell you everything.
Which is good, you know what I mean?
Which is great.
Yeah, it's not, I don't want everything to be spelled out to me all the time. You know what I mean?
Oh,
we don't have to deconstruct everything. That's the problem is a lot of things we're deconstructing all the time. But with this
to death.
I'm even doing it with my character, but fuck it. I don't have forever for this one. But
right.
That like you're saying with the Argento, he leaves things open for interpretation, and it makes you want to come back and watch it again. And that's good for ticket sales and for, viewing pleasure.
Yes. And also, the longevity of this movie. It's worth mentioning that Suspiria, we're not going to talk too much about the sequels because I always take this as its own self-contained thing. It wasn't intended to be the first of the first in a trilogy. Hold on a second, I got a message from Joe. Hells yeah. He's like, are you on yet? Hells yeah, Joe. But there are two movies that follow this. There are two sequels. One of them is Inferno, which I think was made about, I want to say 85. No, that's no. I want to say maybe like 84 or something like that. And then there was The Mother of Tears, which was made in 2007.
And that's a sequel too, or is that a prequel?
that's the third in the trilogy, and then Argento was talking about, or at least his daughter Asia was talking about there maybe being a prequel.
That's what I say. Like for me, I would, if I was the director, I wouldn't have made a sequel or prequel, but if I had to, I would like to see a prequel because it was pretty interesting when Udo Kerr, that wasn't his real voice either, was it?
It's never Udo's real voice in these movies. Huh. And I love me some Udo, man.
Right?
I love me some Udo. That dude is the shit.
I was like, damn, they're syncing up his voice to his mouth pretty good. Hail J Dollar.
What up, J Dollar? J Doggy Dog. But here's the thing about Udo Kier, right? And I don't want to get off on a big Udo Kier tangent because he's just in this for just like less than 5 minutes, right?
He's just there to drop the whole fucking bomb on everybody and then bounce, hit it and quit it real quick.
Yes. Oh, Joe will tell us that he'll come on after he eats. That traitor. No, that's all good. Sorry, I love busting people's balls. Let me right back to him. It's all good. Meanwhile, it's not. He's not going to know this, but I'm harboring secret resentment against him now. No. No, we're casual here. People pop in, pop out as you like. Even if it's just to say, man, I saw that movie. That movie wasn't shit.
That shit was hot trash.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so Udo Kier is one of those is a gay German dude, right? And his accent, the best way I could describe it is in the special features for this on like the second disc, which is ported over from the DVD, which is ported over from the laser disc, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like every time that you get like a new one of these, they collect all of the extras, and then they can't even fit that on a regular disc, so they put it on a second disc, which is awesome, right? If you're a fan.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And Udo, during like an interview, like for a retrospective on this movie, is holding one of those styrofoam coffee cups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I think like a production assistant or somebody goes like, "Yeah, dude, can you like not do that? Because like we hear your cup squeaking." And he's like he goes, "I hope you can hear my cup. I hope you can hear it. Here, squeak, 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 squeak. See, he hates it when I do this." That's why he's always that guy couldn't sound macho if he tried, man. Gay German dudes are like some of the coolest people you'll ever meet. They're like drag queens in the sense that they're funny and they know that they're funny.
Yeah.
So they don't take themselves like too seriously the way most people do. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I love dudes I love people like that. But so yeah, Udo Kier is barely in this, but there is a mythology that surrounds these three movies, right? Suspiria, Inferno, Mother of Tears. It goes back, actually, here's the lit major in me, to Thomas de Quincey, who wrote Confessions of an English Opium Eater, which was the first drug addict tell-all book, right? Confessional. And in it, he actually, it's not in Confessions of an English Opium Eater, but if you buy it, you're usually going to get some other stuff in there because it's pretty short, right? And one of the other pieces concerns the Three Mothers, which is where all this stuff comes from. There's Mater Suspiriorum, who we're dealing with in here, who's also known as Helena Marcos. And she's the mother of sighs. She's the oldest and the wisest of the Three Mothers. And she's also known as the Black Queen. Then there's Mater Tenebrarum, the Mother of Darkness. And she's the one that's dealt with in Inferno. And she's the youngest, and she's also the most cruel. And we never get what her name is, but her house is located in New York City.
Oh, okay.
because at the beginning of Inferno, we get a little intro where we discover that there was a architect, a famous architect, who built homes for each three of these witches.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're spread throughout the world because, of course, as we're told in this, witches exist and they are all about power. But the only way they can accumulate that power is through acts of cruelty. Right? By causing suffering.
Yeah.
And so the third one is that's in Mother of Tears, is Mater Lacrimarum, also known as the Mother of Tears, and she's the most beautiful and the most powerful of the three mothers. Yeah. And in Inferno, we're told that her home is in Rome. Right, so it's like Rome, New York, and in where in Germany is this again? What,
I'm not sure.
I
just remember it was Germany. That's crazy too, because the protagonist, she was from New York in the story. So I was like wondering if she had something to do with the second mother. You know what I mean? I don't know if she's in the sequel, but if,
Jessica Parker's character, no.
Yeah,
and
that
I
makes
think
sense, kind of.
Yeah. But at the same time, and let me say something about Jessica Parker too. She is really just absolutely perfectly cast in this. She is the perfect doe-eyed, virginal, fairy tale maiden. And it takes real skill to play that part and not come off annoying.
Yeah, and cheesy. She seemed pretty natural in this environment, even though it was a 70s movie. You kind of get lost in it, you know what I mean? And in some regards, it feels like it'd be like taking place now, because it's European, and sometimes they dress, fad like clothing and things like that go in and out, and it could like some of the, the kids and the younger kids they dress kind of like that now, and you know what I mean?
She comes in and out of fashion, and then of course, although if you want to talk about the architecture,
dude, I love that.
It's Jay Dollasign wants to know, what is Brian talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time.
We're talking about the lore.
We're talking the lore about Suspiria.
We're talking Lore-spiria. Suspiria lore.
Get with it, son. Yeah, but no, there is quite a lot of lore about these movies. Inferno by the way, is fire. I love that movie.
That sounds pretty badass. This one though was oh, sorry. What were you saying?
No, dude. I yap too much.
I do too.
Feel free to interrupt me any old time.
I was just gonna say, dude, like just the location. It's very original. The only other movie that, like, to me, that comes tangibly to this is Black Swan. You know what I mean? That has some similarities, but it's not.
Black Swan, very much. I haven't seen it, so I can't give an opinion on it. But I'm told is very similar, or clearly inspired by Suspiria.
Definitely, this one's 100 times better because it's an outright horror movie, like in all regards, in different ways. That's why I like this movie, because it combines different subgenres of horror and it comes at you. And it's a mystery as well. Like, there's just so many different things about this movie. Black Swan to me is more psychological. It's it's more like psychotic and deals more with psychology.
Madness.
Yeah, it's madness, right? For sure.
This
one's more than that. This one's like an onion, So
Black Swan, I've heard, is also a lot like Repulsion. Repulsion is one of those movies. It's by Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski, one of the greatest horror directors ever. Also a child molester. If I ever see him sniffing around my neighborhood, he's getting a mud hole stomped in his ass. But I separate the art from the artist, right? And he did this movie called Repulsion, which a lot of people haven't seen. It's with Catherine Deneuve. And it's about this woman gradually losing her mind. And that has inspired so many movies since, like Ms. 45. That's a really great one. And Black Swan, which I haven't seen, that's a great creepy little horror movie that really gets under your skin and fucks with you.
So I recommend Black Swan. I only seen it once, but it's really more focused on the whole like academic side of the as well, you know. And I liked that about this one too. They didn't go too much into that. They just had the one scene, and then the one scene from what I gathered, the one scene, you know, she got fucked up, and you know, she had a brain aneurysm or something like that, right? And she started bleeding. Something zapped her.
yeah, and then we find out later exactly who has been zapping her.
Yeah.
Let me talk a little. Well, actually, you know what? First, let me give people a little.
Oh, there's Pops. Hail Pops. What's up, man?
Oh, what up, Pops? Love me some Pops.
Said 2 spots left, Brian. Laugh out loud.
What? Oh, what? Oh, for like the thing that you're doing? Dude, yeah, I mean, pick a spot for me. I'll be there. You know, we throw down for Pops. We love us some Pops. And he is CG royalty without a doubt. Somebody who goes out of his way for this community. But back to Suspiria. Sorry, Pops. We gotta go back to Suspiria. The color scheme in this movie, of course, you're not. There's a lot of Mario Bava-esque lighting, but here the sets are also are extremely colorful. Here's the foyer of the dance school. Doesn't look like any dance academy I've ever seen. Not that I've been to a lot of dance academies, but does that look like a dance academy to you?
It's a fucking tower, dude. Like that you have to climb. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's a tower, and there's a lot, you know. And not only the different color choices of the movie, the textures of the that's a velvet wall. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it just seems like hot, like it's hot fire, like, you know, like burning, you know, from the bottom of the entrance.
Exactly right. And this is all stuff that if you're a seasoned horror film watcher, you're going to pick out right away. You know, I mean, there's nothing subtle about the Gothic.
Right.
Absolutely. I believe it was Stephen King in Danse Macabre who said that the machinery of the Gothic story is loud.
Right.
In other words, it's cranked up to 11.
Hell yeah, man.
And even when you think it's being subtle, there ain't nothing subtle about it. It's as subtle as a sledgehammer. This kind of use of color and everything, subtle as a sledgehammer.
Yeah, totally.
And so the previous shot was our heroine, played by Jessica Parker, arriving at the academy. This is Alida Valli, who is fucking fantastic in this movie.
She was brutal. Like, all the women in here are very stern and strong, and you don't want to fuck with them. At least the administration of the academy, you know.
Yes, but she's openly sadistic.
Yeah.
And it's one of those roles, like when she tears into the blind piano player.
Oh yeah.
Her eyes are lit up. Your eyes are like lit up with fire, and she has this big sadistic like rictus grin.
Yeah, like a Joker.
It's one of those performances that is hammy, but it's hammy on purpose.
Right.
And it's hammy with a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so she chews up the screen in this movie and like does it like in high style without a doubt. Let's see. Yeah, there she is, greeting Jessica Parker. Look at that smile.
We got Joe in the private chat.
Oh yeah, Joe.
Hey,
Joe. What's up, brother, man? Thanks for joining us.
You guys are talking about Suspiria.
Yes, we are.
Oh, it's awesome.
Isn't it? You got this?
What is that? The Suspiria. I don't have that Blu-ray yet.
Oh,
I have this.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It's awesome. This is a great book. I think what?
Is that the Tim Lucas one?
No, this is Troy Howarth.
Oh yeah. The video watchdog guy.
Yeah. God damn, that Lucas one is going for around $300 or $400 now.
I know. Damn. I'm pissed.
Yeah, because I want that book.
I want that book too. And it's just like, it's this whole scarcity thing. It's like Tim Lucas could reprint that shit if he wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
And it's got an introduction by Martin Scorsese, who has always been a very, very open champion of
he's
Mario
a big
Bava.
fan of Bava.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I remember like in one interview he was asked like what do you do to prepare for a film, right? One of those generic questions that they ask a director. What do you do to prepare, right? And he's like, I usually like watch like some movies, like some Italian stuff, usually like some Mario Bava.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Wait a second. Since we're getting into a game of one-upsmanship here.
So what were you guys talking about on Suspiria? That's Harper. She's meeting the head of the dance studio there, right?
Well, not the head of the studio, but like the head mistress, played by Alida Valli. And
right.
I was just talking about like how great she is at like chewing up the scenery.
Oh, she's awesome in that.
Isn't she amazing? Yeah. And you can see her smile here. There's no warmth or joy. There's just nothing behind. There's nothing. I mean, that's just like.
Tradition.
I want to know what she thought about being on this film after being like in The Third Man. And some other stuff. You're going, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, because one of the things I was talking about is how great the cast is in this.
Yeah.
Like Jessica Parker is the perfect. Sort of Cinderella or Snow White, or she's very much a like a virginal maiden out of a
fairy tale, Grimm's novel.
Grimm's fairy. Exactly.
Well, that's what Suspiria is a fairy tale. It's that's what it is.
Yes.
It's in Germany, for Christ's sake, not
the
Black Forest, right?
Yeah.
Was this after Phantom of the Paradise?
Oh, yes. I was thinking of that movie when I was watching.
Oh, it's a great one too. I love that.
I'm just wondering when Harper, was this after or before Phantom?
I think this was like after. Right? Yeah, this was like 2 years after, I think.
Yeah, because I saw this. What year was this?
77.
Oh, okay. I just got out of the service. That's why I saw this. Okay. Right. Then Phantom of the Paradise was before this, because I saw Phantom of the Paradise when I was stationed at Edwards Air Force Base, and we went to LA to watch it.
What did you think of it? Like what goes through your mind when you're seeing like Phantom of the Paradise for the first time?
It was awesome. That's one of my all-time favorite De Palma films.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. It's a much better movie than Rocky Horror.
Right? Thank you.
It is. It's a better movie. It's a better made movie. Rocky Horror is fun.
It is. It's not bad.
My old lady her and her friends watch that every goddamn weekend, and I had to go with them. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's not that good.
I don't know how that became such a monster cult film.
Me neither. That and also The Big Lebowski.
Oh, Lebowski's great.
It's really good. I'm not saying it's not a great movie. I'm just saying I don't understand. It's not like it's like Mad Max. It's not like it's like Dawn of the Dead or Night of the Dead.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I don't see how any Coen films become like massive cult hits. They're either a hit with the public or not.
Right. Except
for maybe Blood Simple.
That's a great one. It's the first one. Yeah.
That's the first one.
Yeah, that's a mean, nasty little 70s style crime movie.
I love that movie.
Oh,
that's my favorite movie of theirs still, too.
Me too, actually. Oh, yeah, but that's right. We were playing a game of one-upsmanship, which you started.
Oh, yeah, what do you got?
Check it out. It's the Anchor Bay 3-disc. 3-disc, sucker. 3-disc DVD set with, wait, if I could open this thing, big old booklet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, awesome.
Right?
Stuff right there.
And actually, why haven't I framed these? I don't have a good excuse. Anyway, big old liner notes, right?
Oh.
Nice, beautiful color film program quality. Nice. And then you've got these beautiful postcards.
Oh, that's cool.
Of scenes from the movie. Like I said, I don't know why I haven't framed any of this. This is the one I got to frame right here.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, is that great?
That's a great shot.
Yeah, that's a great one. Jessica,
there she is.
Yeah. And, she's one of those gals. It's like she looks really undernourished. I want to, like, whenever I see her, I'm like, honey, do you like, can I get you a sandwich or something?
Yeah, give that girl a sandwich.
Yeah. And like a milkshake or something.
Did you see her in Inserts?
No.
With Richard Dreyfuss. They're making a porn film.
No, really?
Yeah.
So from the 70s, huh?
She's naked.
She's naked? Naked,
man. It's awesome.
Oh. What's it? Wait, it's called Inserts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting title. All right, Inserts. Okay. All right. Written that down. Checking that out later. But yeah. And also it comes to the movie, of course. Oh, wait, this is Synapse too, actually. And then it's got 25th anniversary special feature. And
it got the soundtrack in it.
And right there, son.
Oh man, I own that soundtrack. It's awesome.
Well, that's one of the things that I find frustrating about reviewing this movie is of course we can't play any clips because the YouTube algorithm will take us down. We can't even show trailers.
Yeah.
And because it'll
really?
Yeah, which are commercials.
Yeah. Right? Everybody sees trailers.
Right. Yeah. No. Boom. The algorithm doesn't discriminate that way. It's not exactly. YouTube algorithms are not exactly capable of nuanced thought.
That's fucked up.
It's real fucked up. And because I would love to play some of the music too, because the soundscapes in this, they're just. I mean, this whole film. Visually, because like I was telling Matt here, he'd never seen it before. I'm like, the way to watch this is to turn all the lights off,
right?
Yeah,
and turn the stereo up to 11.
That's what I was doing, man. I was turning it up and down. I watched it on the bit. I got a 60-inch.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just turning it up and down, and it was awesome, man. It was awesome. That ending, oh my god,
it's awesome.
That fucking ending,
awesome.
Just the way he filmed the film when the escape scene. Like how they put that all together,
Yeah.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Amazing.
In that intro, that beginning scene, when they're that chick with through the ceiling,
Oh yeah,
that big old arm, like.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Let me see. Let me get some other.
What's up, Mark Middleton?
Oh, hey, Mark. What up, dude?
Hail Grave Robbers.
Yeah, Hail Grave Robbers.
It's got that book. It's fucking beautiful. I haven't read it yet, but. Jesus.
Mark is the author of Grave Robbers, which is a weird Western. He is one of the guys in our scene that makes Westerns and makes weird, fucked up supernatural ones. And of course, Joe knows a little something about weird and fucked up Westerns himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Like Preston and I, we keep busting his balls. We're just like, dude, you need to do like an Indiegogo for like a collected edition of Gunfighters in Hell.
Oh,
I got it. I gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
All right. Well, he's doing the covers for the last couple Simbucks. So
yeah, yeah. Everybody. Joe, do you want to really quickly give people your website where people can find you? We'll do all the shit at the end too, but
if you want to get any books, you can go to wildangelspublishing.com and you can see the books, but don't order them off there because that website's fucked up, of course. So then you can just email me. I'll give you 10% off if you just email me and tell me what you want. And my email is gunman08@aol.com. That's right, AOL. But
Boomer. Yeah, man.
I have never changed that. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
But yeah, just if you see stuff you want, email me. I will order them for you, the 10% off, and there you go. It's a lot easier anyway.
Oh, Mark, he's like, Gunfire's in Hell? That sounds wicked. It is. It is. That's one of those books that like I hadn't heard of it. And Preston's like, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. So he mails me his copies, right? Because he'll do that. He'll be like, oh, like, I know you're going to love this. You need to read this. And, I got the rest from Joe. And yeah, amazing stuff. His vision of hell isn't like anything you've ever seen before. It's
like being married.
Oh man,
I know that.
Oh, never been there, sir. Never been there. No, always evaded that circle.
That's why they got hookers.
So anyways, back to Suspiria. Here we're looking at the lovely Joan Bennett.
Yep, there's Bennett.
Yep, who is probably best remembered for her role on Dark Shadows.
Yep.
The legendary vampire gothic soap opera.
Did you guys ever see the movies?
I just seen the Tim Burton one.
Oh no, you got to see House of Dark Shadows. You want to see the bloodiest PG-13, or it's not PG-13. I think it's PG.
PG, because it was yeah.
That is a bloody motherfucker. I can't believe what we used to get away with in the 70s.
It's Gremlins, man. Gremlins.
Right?
But you want to see that. If you saw the Tim Burton movie, just erase that from your mind, because this thing is a real vampire film.
I'm gonna check that out.
and the thing about Dark Shadows that I learned from watching Dark Shadows, the thing about soap opera storytelling is what you do is you have about a half hour worth of story, and then you stretch it out.
Yeah, you stretch that some bitch out for 5 days or 7 days, whatever.
Right. So what House of Dark Shadows does is it just like folds that all up like an accordion, and just like gives you just a great kick-ass vampire story.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
And then there's Night of Dark Shadows, which is shit, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was not a good movie.
Yeah, it's like nothing to do with Barnabas Collins.
No, it's the ghosts.
Yeah, it's
Quentin. What was his name? Quentin.
Yeah, but at least Quentin was like a werewolf. And
later, but he's not in the movie.
Yeah,
it's just boring.
Yeah, boring as hell. Dan Curtis, love the guy. One of the true like patron saints of horror, because he rocked horror on television during the 70s. But I mean, so much great stuff. But that was one of his whiffs. Like
his TV show, when he worked on TV films, most of those were great.
Yes,
but his like I never liked Burnt Offerings. I think that's
terrible.
Yeah, it's just not good, man.
No, it's not. No.
He made one good theatrical film, and that's House of Dark Shadows. And he blew his nut on that one because it's awesome.
It is.
I like the lore, even for the Tim Burton shit, like the whole Barnabas character in America.
I couldn't watch that. I couldn't bring myself to watch that.
Just the concept with the big house and the vampire in America and all the shit he did, for the lady that I don't know if it's the same lore from the movie as it is for the TV.
Was he cursed by a witch?
Yeah.
So
it's Angelique, I think.
Yeah, Angelique, and that was Eva Green was Angelique. But they follow the actual plot of the TV series fairly close in the Burton one. I mean, fairly close, but the tone to me, it just didn't come together. I did not find it funny. There was nothing horrifying about it at all.
No, it wasn't scary.
That's because they don't have faith that vampires can still be scary.
Yeah.
Right. And
to me, it scary.
And meanwhile, you look at something like Alien, for instance, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that takes like Mario Bava's Planet of the Vampires and the Terror from Beyond Space, the monster that like stows away on the spaceship, right?
Right.
And it takes those and it makes it absolutely terrifying. It turns it into like Lovecraft in space.
O'Banion was a hell of a good writer.
Yeah, he was.
And he would he would go he loved 50 science fiction because everything he did was almost 50s horror, 50 science fiction, just turned up 1,000 degrees.
Right. Return of the Living Dead also.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead is fucking awesome.
Best zombie movie ever.
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't go that far.
It'd be in my top 5 anyway.
Oh, easy.
It's my favorite.
Easy, easily top 5.
Then Dawn of the Dead's in there, and
I got Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead.
Land of the Dead. I like Land of the Dead. I'm sorry.
Oh God, you should be sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
okay.
I like Dennis Hopper.
These zombies.
He's great.
They need somewhere to live.
I mean, Land was a tremendous disappointment for me. But then again, it's like you take the man's money, you do the man's bidding.
It was the last big one too by him. You know what I mean? With Universal.
Didn't they cut that down? Was it rated X and then they cut it down, or did
I heard they cut it down a lot?
No, that was
was that Savini's movie?
That was Savini's movie.
Yeah,
I like that one a lot too.
I do too. I like that.
I love that fucking movie.
I love that
more than the original.
You like? I like it almost as much as the original. Have you seen the outtakes on YouTube?
No.
Yes.
Oh my God, man! Look those up because you can see what he was really going for from what they cut out. There's some. Go ahead.
And meanwhile, you turn on the TV now and you watch an episode of The Walking Dead, and there's gore in there that would have gotten a movie a X rating.
Yeah.
Easily
totally.
X too.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, for
sure.
There's some stuff on Walking Dead that I'm fucking shocked, and I don't get shocked at violence.
No, me neither, right? And I mean, it shows you how times have changed, and it's because here's the thing. Back in the day, they didn't know that there were going to be DVD director's cuts. DVDs didn't even exist, right? And so that shit just went in the garbage for the most part. Whereas with Land of the Dead, Romero shot that as like an X-rated movie, knowing that there was going to be a theatrical cut and a director's cut.
So is the Land of the Dead on Blu-ray? Is it his cut?
I don't have it on. I don't have it on Blu-ray.
I'm not sure. I got it on DVD, but I think it's an uncut.
Huh?
I think it says direct. I think it does say director's cut on it. I have to check.
Oh, I want to see that.
Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's not much better, Joe.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, maybe they're going to answer the question: where are you going to send the $1 million to? Remember when Lugazon says, "Send me my $1 million"? I go, where? To your bank account?
I know.
What are you talking about?
What are you going to do with it?
Motherfucker? You go to Vegas?
Yeah, it is a director's cut.
Take them together and wipe your ass with it because they don't. The money don't mean nothing anymore.
Exactly.
It's unrated.
Oh, okay. I want to see that. Okay, cool.
And the designs of the zombies are by Bernie Wrightson, from what I gather.
Oh, the zombies are great.
So I kind of it holds a little special thing for me. I seen it in the theater, and it was just a lot because he kept making them, like low budget after this, and this is cool.
Oh yeah, I did Diary of the Dead, Survival of the Dead.
I got the diarrhea up there.
Yeah, Diarrhea of the Dead is right. Holy shit! How many times did they say if it's not on video, it doesn't count? I was like, shut the fuck up.
Bludgeon. Here's the problem with Romero. Sorry, folks. I realize we're getting away from Suspiria and Argento, but here's the thing about Romero. Romero's big mistake was he listened to the academics, because academics and critics were breaking down his work and analyzing it, and he started paying attention to that shit, which is like the worst thing you could do as an artist. Yeah. Because
I never even thought of that, but I agree with that, because his movies changed dramatically.
A lot. whole lot
They
of
did.
And it was always about everybody was talking about his social commentary, like in Dawn of the Dead, which I don't think he was going for. I think it was just there was a mall that we can shoot in, and
I think he was going for some social commentary.
Do you think so?
Yeah. In all of them. But that's all underneath, right? That's the subtext.
Okay,
right?
I'll go. Okay, I see what you're going to say.
Right?
Because right up, like diary is right up front. Survival.
He takes the
right
text.
Yeah.
He takes the subtext and he makes it the text.
Okay, right? I agree with that.
It's like putting the cart before the horse. It's like first you want just a balls out horror movie, right? Like Dawn of the Dead, balls out horror movie. Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, balls out horror movies. And if you want to scratch under the surface, yeah, there's political stuff there. There's social commentary there.
Yeah.
But it's underneath the skin.
Yeah.
And then and then he started paying attention to the critics, and then he started moving that shit up to the forefront, and that was his big mistake. And also it's just very sad because Romero wanted to do things other than zombie movies, but they wouldn't let him. And he wanted to go on making movies. So I don't
know, did any of his other movies, did Dark Half make any money? Because I saw that in a theater. It was okay.
I
love Creepshow, man. That movie was fucking.
No, Creepshow's a great film. It is a great movie.
Saw that shit 5 times.
Yep.
5 when it came out.
I had it taped.
I still have the collector's
on
cup.
TV. It's crazy seeing all these movies as a kid growing up in the 80s, and they're all fucking taped, right?
Right.
And I watch them over and over. My pops, he taped them for me, and they're all cut for network television. And I'm watching them over and over again. And then I come in and I'm like, I see the RoboCop director's cut. You know what I mean? And he's getting his arms blown off and his head blown off. And wow, this is a whole new movie. It's way better too.
The director's cut of RoboCop. I love the theatrical cut, but the director's cut, it just blows that away.
Oh, it's brutal.
That's my favorite movie right there.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
That Conan and
Conan, yeah.
Conan the Barbarian.
All tied up there. I got that. That's the Bernie Wrightson illustration one.
Oh, yeah. I think Tim has that. My brother's got that.
That shit's awesome.
And first printing, bitch.
All right.
Yeah, this is because also Bernie was very much a active participant in the making of Creepshow. So basically it wasn't a double team up, it was a triple team up. It was awesome, because Bernie worked a lot with Stephen King and Cycle of the Werewolf and all that stuff. So it was Stephen King and George Romero and Bernie Wrightson jam session basically. And this was the comic book that
did he emerged. Do the well, didn't Savini do the makeup?
Yes.
So what did Bernie do? Did he do storyboarding?
Yes. Okay. And he designed the monsters. There's a really great shot of the monster in the crate.
Yeah.
That was my favorite as a kid, man. I always wondered
Mine too.
Where did that thing come from? Is that a Tasmanian or Arctic devil?
That section is probably my favorite too. Although I like the Roach section with E.G. Marshall.
Yeah,
that's great. But
we got to do that movie later.
Watch that? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Even though it's mainstream as fuck, that movie we got.
Oh, fuck it. Fuck it.
That fucker.
We don't care, dude. Mainstream or not, it's the same thing. It's like when people are like, "Well, there's fine art and then there's low art." No, there's just art.
I do the low art.
Yeah.
Well, look, one of the reasons I wanted to make comics was because it was illicit, right? Because it got no respect.
I didn't want to do comics I loved comics, but I never wanted to actually produce a comic until I read underground books, Richard Corbin books. And then I was like, holy shit, we can do other stuff, man. Yeah. And that was when I was in high school. Okay. I can do anything I want if you can get into this.
When I was a kid, I was so lucky that I had an older brother, six years my senior, who was a stoner, and this is in the 70s, right?
Right.
And we had a head shop in town. And I would go with him to the head shop, and he would go and get his drug paraphernalia. And where was I? I was at the comic books.
That's right. We had the same thing. We had a head shop right on the corner of the two main streets. And we'd go in there and just ravage through those comics.
Fuck yeah.
And those guys would sell them to us, which was
great.
Would. Kid.
Oh, they do it with a grin on their faces.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Have fun with that.
Start looking through these going, holy shit. I shouldn't be looking at this.
Well, because then it's like, it's like you start out with the traditional comics, then you discover that, and suddenly you realize all those rules that you thought were like written in stone, boom, somebody just blew those all.
Oh yeah, they didn't mean shit.
You got rules, they're made to be fucking broken.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but first you got to learn the rules before you break the rules.
Yeah.
Right? And like that was a major thing, and then the next major thing for me was discovering heavy metal.
Yeah, I would say metal, man.
And that was like another like oh my god.
Oh shit, yeah, that was incredible. But
and that's
Metal Hurlant, if you could get the French versions, were
Metal Hurlant. Yeah, I've never seen one.
And really?
I've never even seen one at a convention.
Have I ever seen a Metal Hurlant? I'm not sure. You might be right.
I bet Sim has got one of those. I don't know if Sim is hanging out in the chat, since he is a Quebecois and speaks their French.
So what's Joan here? What's she doing?
What's she doing? Well, this is she's being introduced here. She's surrounded by these. I don't remember these guys. Yeah, well, because this is like, I think these are maybe some of the parents of the students.
Oh,
because there's a lot. It's the first. Oh, that's right.
Yes, that's right. You're right.
You're right. Right. Yeah, because the police in this are virtually non-existent. That's why I wasn't even thinking about them.
They're just like
show up, ask some questions, get brushed off, and then never show up again.
That's all Argento movies. The cops are worthless. They're just to burn up time.
Yes. And even makes a joke about that in Tenebrae, right? Where I think it's Giuliano Gemma is the cop in that, and he's just like, he's talking to this, he's trying to solve this murder, and he's talking to this murder mystery writer, and he's just like, but I never guess who the killer is. I never know.
He finds out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let me see.
Well, let's see. That would be Baba too. Those cops in Blood and Black Lace.
Yes.
Jesus Christ! What a bunch of dipshits. You can't figure this out. But what a movie.
Cops aren't. I mean, at least in my experience. Apologies to any cops or family members of cops out there. Not exactly, in my experience, the brightest bulbs in the batch.
No, they aren't. It's like politicians. They say they got like a C minus average. Most of them.
Yes. They're remarkably mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine you have to be, though, to be a politician, because you're dealing with a lot of other dipshits.
Yeah. It's.
You don't want to come off too brainy.
No, I wouldn't think that would be very appreciated. Okay, so I just want to give people an idea of what Suspiria is like. So, without showing a clip, because I can't show a clip. However, I found a way around things. I can show stills, right?
Right.
So this opens up, and Jessica Parker is arriving. It's pouring in the rain. This young lady runs out. She yells something to her. She can't quite hear it. She runs into the forest. She goes home. And here, let me blow this up so people can really check it out. So here she is looking out her window, because I really want to kind of give people an idea of the visual style of this picture, like, right? And the way that Mario Bava's style, he creates a kind of a layering effect, almost 3D effect with the lighting. Like on the left, you've got the blue. Right after that, you've got red, then you've got purple, then you have what looks like red, like a reddish sepia. So she knows that there's something out there, right? Now, at this moment, nothing is happening, but the music is just boom, 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 right? And we're talking Goblin here, Claudio Simonetti, and probably like one of the greatest rhythm sections in music history. She goes over to the window, she looks out the window, and her underwear is blowing, right? We see it before, right here. There's her underwear in the center, right? And she's looking out the window, and you can just barely make out the shape of a face.
Right.
One of the things I love about these 4K editions is that you can really make out all the details. It looks to me like it's a man with like a black stocking over his head, right? So she lifts up the lamp to get a better look, and she sees these eyes looking right back at her, which is a great horror moment.
Yeah.
And then this arm comes crashing through the glass, grabs her by the head, pushes her face up against the glass, keeps pushing it against the glass. The glass breaks, and after that, he's shanking her, stabbing her. Then he grabs a power cord. Now, we could see the arm in great detail here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fucking demon if I ever seen one.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, that was one of the things about the movie, you know, I was trying to figure out, like, who the fuck was that? Like, that makes sense. You can see the nails.
You can see the nails, right?
Yeah.
And there she is screaming. Okay. Now, this shot, right? Clearly, that's not, it's very quick. So, you know, this isn't a flaw or anything like that because it happens really fast. It's not a mistake by any stretch. Every time you see a close-up of a stabbing in a Dario Argento movie, it's Dario Argento's hand that's holding the knife.
Right.
That tells you a little something about the guy, don't it?
Stabby.
Yeah. And you know, he's gotten in trouble for saying that if he's going to kill somebody in a movie, he'd much rather it be a beautiful woman than anybody else.
Yeah, that was in the biography. What was it? Dark Mirrors, something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bronson Gorilla in the house. What up, Bronson? Yeah, dude, the score. That's, you know, like I said, that's like one of my great frustrations about talking about this movie. I can't play the fucking music. Everybody, go check out the score to this. It slaps. It's so good, right? So he shanks her. And and he like grabs this cord, wraps it around her. I don't want to give everything away.
Yeah, right.
I did just now.
So he hangs her, and she crashes through the glass, and then there is this incredible shot of the aftermath, and her friend who just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right.
Also, since this movie takes place in Germany, we have to have. Let's see, I'm going the wrong way. We have to have the Lederhosen dance.
Oktoberfest.
Why do I? Yeah, you know what? I get annoyed at being German because Scottish people have kilts, and kilts are badass. Look at this shit. Am I supposed to fucking like represent wearing this?
You don't want to be wearing no kilt, man. The place smells like cheese balls in there then.
Yeah, but I mean, kilts are manly. Kilts are like the manliest.
Are they manly?
Yes, because they are built.
I'm telling you, man, they can flip those things up. Them butts are showing. I don't know what those guys were doing.
It's based on the very simple principle: you gotta let your nuts hang.
Well, yeah, okay.
These guys got the title belts on.
That's my opinion.
That's why I got arrested in the library. God damn it! Now I know. Yeah, I let my nuts hang.
Yeah, and if you've seen Rob Roy, it's also about like easy access for the ladies.
Oh yeah, Rob Roy. Yep.
So let's see. Yeah, past the
Nazi hallway there.
No, it's a beer. Don't call us all Nazis, dude. It's
I didn't call everybody
hall.
a Nazi. I said right there. I'm surprised there aren't swastika flags. Looks like something out of The Damned.
This is like, dude. This is like how many years after like the beer hall putsch? It's oh god. So here is where then there's a scene where it starts raining maggots from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
And so they all have to move into the gymnasium. They set up cots.
Oh yeah, this scene. Yeah.
Yeah, they set up the barriers with the sheets.
Set up the barriers with the sheets. It's Joan Bennett's like, it's going to be wonderful. It's like we're all going to be camping, and like we'll be here with you too, right? And unfortunately, so is Mater Suspiriorum, and we can hear her breathing, which is very haunting and creepy and labored. And Jessica Parker's friend is like, I've heard that sound once before when I was like in a room. When I first came here, and I was in a room, and at the top of the stairs there was a room, and I heard that sound. And once again, it's like there's not a lot happening.
That should get you later. That got me after the movie, like that. Woo, you know what I mean?
Right? Yes.
Yeah, like that fucker was right there the whole time. You know what I mean?
Is she climbing into the razor wire room there?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, here she's climbing through the window because she knows like one of those things is coming after her. She sees salvation on the other side of the room, and so she makes a leap of faith and winds up in the razor wire. Oh, whoa! They're the farting monkmen from
Spookies.
From Spookies.
So this is the only part I never understood. The razor wires, and what the fuck is this? I know we're almost like in a separate dimension by here. Yeah.
Yes.
But I was like, what the hell?
Exactly.
Someone's got a big old room of razor wire.
Yeah, man.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's seemingly well, really it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
Yeah.
And it ends nowhere too, because he's trying to get her, or the demon is trying to get her out of there, or I guess it kills her, right?
Well, yeah, because she manages to crawl out, and she gets to the other side. As she gets to the other side, it slashes her throat.
Right.
And so Jessica Parker's character is pretty much left alone at this point, and she's for a fairy tale character, she's not passive. She's proactive, if anything.
Oh yeah, especially at the end.
Oh yeah,
especially at the end.
Most definitely.
And it's interesting that Argento has been accused of sexism and misogyny so much, because all of the women that I know that love horror really love Argento.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a lot of
he has a lot of strong female characters.
Yeah,
he does.
Absolutely.
And the characters live at the end, which surprises me, because a lot of horror directors do that twist at the end where they get
kill
killed.
Everybody.
Yeah, but he has most of his women live. Yeah, of course, there's a lot of them get killed, but it's like in Stendhal Syndrome and
right.
Tenebrae, she lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a movie where the last person dies, because they're not in Phenomena.
And Deep Red.
Yeah, Deep Red.
And as a matter of fact, the origin of this movie is that it came from a dream from Dario Argento's wife, Daria Nicolodi. Daria Nicolodi was in she played the female lead in Deep Red,
right?
And was cute as all hell in that, right? this very plucky chick that was like very into David Hemmings and wasn't subtle about it. And also a very assertive, proactive character. But yeah, she had a dream about a ballet school in Germany, and that was being run by witches. And this was the product. And she also came up with a plot for the Mother of Tears in 2007.
Yeah, too bad that wasn't better.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
the monkey was cool. I like the monkey. He was actually kind of scary.
Yes,
but the phony titty demon that didn't do it. And I was like, that's a nice set of tits, but that belongs in a porno film.
Right. But, well, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'll tell you. Okay. Don't want to get banned, please. But yeah, I'm going to tell you where those titties belong. Okay, so yeah, like when I started the broadcast, I was talking about the history of these movies and how like Suspiria was self-created, self-contained. So I wasn't going to talk too much about the sequels, but that there is like that he did create a mythology. That the sequel Inferno is awesome, although it's more episodic. It's a little more dreamlike, a little more.
I like Inferno, but it makes absolutely no
sense.
Not at all. And then when they're throwing the cats, or what was the scene with the cat?
There's this mean old man. He hates the cats in the neighborhood, so he wraps them up. He catches them, bangs their heads on like against a wall or a desk or something. I love kitties like you would not believe, and animal violence always really, really disturbs me. But that scene's fucking funny.
Well, you can't watch Italian horror and not see animal violence, because that's what they were doing back then. I don't know how the hell they got away with that shit.
Well,
damn.
The way that Ruggero Deodato described it, like with Cannibal Holocaust, it was like all those animals that we killed, we didn't torture them, we killed them, and we had them for lunch.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard.
And that he grew up on a farm. And it was, it's a cultural thing. It's a problem I have with Italian horror. I stay away from the cannibal movies as a rule. Cannibal Holocaust, glad I saw it. Don't need to see it again. I saw it. It's brilliant. I loved it. I recommend it, but it could stay the fuck over there.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep. That movie is as hardcore as it gets.
Yes, it don't come any harder.
No.
Bronson Gorilla says Inferno was great when the guy was casually looking through a house calmly with that super intense organ music.
Oh, wasn't that Keith Emerson?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great score. I love the score for that movie.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's great. Real quick thing about Goblin. If I could get a little self-indulgent here for a second. Goblin was supposed to play. They were going to have a reunion show in Tarrytown, New York, which is right across the Tappan Zee Bridge from me. Right? So right. I was psyched. There was a little horror convention, and they were going to have Jean Rollin and Brigitte Lahaye, who made all those wonderful.
Oh, really? She was going to be here? Oh, that'd been cool.
Oh, dude. And she looked fine. and a sweetheart, too. Sweetheart, right? And Jean Rollin, very, also a real sweet guy, very, very shy. Anyway, Goblin was going to be there, so there was a big crowd. We're all psyched. Goblin reunion, right? Last minute, the Goblin reunion had been canceled because I'm convinced that Claudio Simonetti is the problem.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the rest of those guys, they don't have a problem getting together. I think it's when they get together with him, that's when the egos start clashing. But when you have bands that have trouble staying together, it's often that friction that produces the great music, right? But still, we're here to see fucking Goblin. There's no fucking Goblin, but it's Claudio Simonetti with a bunch of kids that are dressed up like rock stars, and it's this new band, Daemonia.
Okay.
Like, okay, all right, okay. So we get down into the room in the basement where the band is playing. Place is packed. A lot of us are a little disgruntled. But once you got to the Dawn of the Dead theme and you heard that bass, bow, 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 you see everybody's head going like this. And oh my God, freaking Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface is kind of like, dude was ominous. We're also just really, really a sweet guy, but physically ominous. I see his head going, bow, 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 bow. But yeah, the music is an important part of these movies. It's an especially important part in Suspiria.
The character in this movie.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, because like I said, this is not a nice movie. It's not out to play nice with you. It's out to fuck with you. It's out to get you. And that's why I was saying it's like you want to watch this on the biggest screen possible. 4K if you got it. If you don't get it, because I promise you fucking love it.
I'm about to get that.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And just like plug in your surround sound speakers, make sure and just turn those babies up and just let this movie just like knock you around. And that is Argento is often accused of being about style over substance, but I disagree. I think this is a case of style as substance. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because there's a lot of Hitchcock will do that once in a while. But the style means something in this.
Yes.
It's just not, oh, that's cool looking. This actually means something. The colors mean something.
Yes.
And Argento did that up until, I would say, opera. He used color better than anybody.
Yeah, excluding Bava.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about from Argento up. Bava was the best. Yeah, nobody lit a movie like Bava. Nobody anywhere.
Amen.
And I like Bava didn't like working big budgets because he couldn't do what he wanted to. That's what was cool.
When he did Danger Diabolic, right, which is also on Blu-ray. I haven't watched that one yet. He was given $1 million by Dino De Laurentiis, and Dino De Laurentiis was, "You're going to make a movie," and so he went and made the movie, and he came back. I think about $250,000 under budget.
Under budget, right, and a couple days early.
And the guy, he's like, yeah, here's the rest of your money back.
Didn't De Laurentiis offer him King Kong?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he should have took it just to get the money and go and do what you want, because that movie made a shitload of money. What a massive piece of shit.
Yeah, it was. Here's the thing, though. It's not what he wanted.
I know it's not what he wanted. I'm just saying you from personal view.
Oh! If I could have gotten like some big budget Lord of the Rings style shit from Mario Bava,
right?
Fuck yeah! But that's us as fans. That's what we wanted. He was happy, just like, no, I stay in Italy and make these weird little horror movies.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't make any money for a while.
Yeah.
Italians didn't like. I don't know if they didn't like just his horror movies or didn't like horror movies. They liked those stupid rom-com things they were fucking making back then.
Well,
I don't even know how big. I mean, he's big, but I want to know how much Fellini films made in Italy, because those seem to be. I love Fellini.
I do too.
But I'm not sure right then if he was big in his own country. He
was well regarded. Maybe not as well regarded as somebody like Leone, for instance, but he was. I'm not talking about critically. I'm talking about if his films made money off the public. Right. Oh, definitely, because they were also made on the cheap too. And here's another thing: the main market for these movies wasn't necessarily Italy. The Japanese market was very, very into these movies, and also
who imported a lot of his movies to the United States was Roger Corman.
Yes.
I think it was under New World.
I think it was because I don't think it was under Janus, because the other director that Roger Corman also was distributing a lot was Ingmar Bergman.
Right, he loved Bergman. Bergman. You just got to watch Mask of the Red Death and go, oh shit, that's a Bergman film.
It is. It's like, dude, especially when you see the plagues, it's just like, holy shit, that's right out of the Seventh Seal.
Yep.
And that is my favorite Corman movie.
Oh, fuck yeah. Mask of the Red Death is so far above everything else. I love Pit and the Pendulum just because Vincent Price goes off as nut in that thing. I've never seen anybody literally leak evil like he did in that film. It was awesome.
And also, it's got my home girl.
Who's that?
Barbara Steele.
Oh, yeah, Barbara Steele. Shit. Well, never better than In Black Sunday.
Right. To Brian, with love. Yes.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little stalkery, but I got another autograph picture over there. I got another one over there.
Where's your altar? I want to see that.
It's not an altar. It's all over. The whole room is an altar, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. And she was a sweetheart too, because she let me give her a hug. And I told her afterwards, like, so now I could tell my grandchildren I held Barbara Steele in my arms.
Yep.
But
Stole your heart.
Yeah, well, yeah, she was like my spooky dream girl.
She was awesome, man. You look at her in Long Hair of Death or Nightmare Castle, man, that girl was so hot.
Oh, she was fly, man.
Oh, Castle of Blood.
Castle of Blood.
That's one of my favorite Italian films.
Yeah, Antonio Margheriti.
Yeah, Margheriti. Yeah. How did he make that and then make something like what was it, Star Crash or?
Oh no, Star Crash is by.
Is that Cozy?
Yeah, Luigi Cozzi.
What the hell did Margheriti? Margheriti wasn't that good of a director, but he had his one masterpiece.
Margheriti was
reliably
entertaining, I would say.
Yeah, I would go along with that because he makes in every genre too.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing a lot of people don't understand about the Italian directors is that they were very much journeymen. That's to say, the industry, whatever they were making, if they were like, we make a gothic horror, and they make like 1,000 gothic horror movies. We make a westerns, they make 1,000 westerns. We do a crime film, Poliziotteschi. They made 1 million of those.
Oh yeah, they made 1 million of those.
Right. So the directors, it's like, well, what are you directing? Whatever they're making. Right. Yeah,
whatever they give me.
Right. So like somebody like Fulci, for instance. He was doing sex comedies. He was doing westerns. He did 3 westerns, and then horror. And then it came back around to horror, and then he found his niche. And I think that was the case with a lot of these directors. Remember, also Argento started out also not directing but writing westerns, like Cemetery Without Crosses.
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yep.
You know that scene with the harmonica man's origin, how sadistic that is. That had to have been Argento.
I agree with that. That's got to be Argento. When I was watching it on screen, I was going, "That's Argento."
That's gotta be. It's so sadistic. Oh yeah, Bronson Gorilla says 8.5 was a beautiful film. Classic Fellini, also with the lovely Barbara Steele.
Tell him my favorite Fellini film was Satrikan.
Oh, you know when he directed that, he said he directed it as a science fiction movie.
It looks like it might have been. It's almost a Barbarella-ish film.
Right.
There's all sorts of freaky shit going on in that thing.
Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity.
My favorite.
Mine would be La Strada. I'm gonna go old school with Fellini.
La Strada's awesome.
But you see, that's as an Italian cinema fan. I mean, really, if you were gonna put me on a desert island and tell me, "All right, motherfucker, you're only gonna be able to watch movies from one country for the rest of your life," it's not even close. I'd be like, Italy. They made the best art films. They made the best trash. They made the best horror movies, the best westerns. It's not even close.
Come on. I'm going to have to go against the best westerns. They made the second best westerns. Americans made the Wild Bunch is the greatest goddamn western ever made.
It's
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is second.
No, I see. For me, I would go Once Upon a Time in the West, Shane, Wild Bunch. I'd have to think about that really, really carefully.
There's westerns most people haven't heard of that I think are some of the greatest, like Rio Conchos. One of the most violent westerns ever made back in the 60s, early 60s. And it's a phenomenal film. Veracruz was
Veracruz
is awesome. Leone's favorite western.
Yes, one of mine too.
Yeah, man, Veracruz. If you haven't seen that thing, you're going to be shocked what they got away with.
Yes, that's an awesome movie.
Yep.
We got this scumbag in the chat named Preston Acevedo.
Oh shit! What, Preston?
What up, dude? What up? Hail, Preston. He says, "We make a porno. We make a porno." Joe D'Amato, who was one of the Italian horror directors, he did Bowie Omega.
Didn't he do the Anthropomorphus or whatever that was?
Anthropophagus.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yuck.
It's sickening. He was a sickening trash director.
Yeah, that dude made some of the most vomit-inducing films ever.
Yes, he did. And then he went on to do the porno.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm all good with that.
I'm good with that too.
Yeah, you step from horror to porno.
Well, dude.
You got a smell in that room after a while. You're like, oh, God, it's like the corpse we were using. I'm going to wash that shit.
Somebody open a window.
Yeah, God damn, who burned the tires in here?
And then D'Amato, of course, also did Erotic Nights of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Which, right? It's like, hey, you got zombies in my porno movie. Hey, you got porn in my zombie movie. two great tastes.
Peanut butter jelly.
Except that when you take a bite out of it, it's like
that guy was foul.
Yeah, he was. He was supposed to be at that convention, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he passed away due to sudden cause.
Shitty movie syndrome.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he for the rest of his career, well into the 90s, it's like he make a porno. But I mean, we had somebody like Jean Rollin, for instance, who would direct porn in order to have the money to make his horror
movies, right?
And from what I heard was when he would direct he was very uncomfortable about it because he wouldn't direct the sex scenes because he's then like, okay, but then people are going to know what I like. right? It's kind of like I'm uncomfortable with anybody seeing my porn collection other than like my girlfriend. My girlfriend could check that shit out, right? Because that's a side of myself that I share with her. I don't want to share it with the whole fucking world, right?
Yeah, man, I don't want them seeing all my Japanese porn. Jesus.
I'm an 80s guy.
There you go.
I'm an 80s guy myself.
I like the 70s Jap porn. It was great. Japanese. I'm sorry, not Japanese.
How dare you, Joe? Canceled.
Nipponese.
Oh my god. Yeah, there you go. Was Behind the Green Door an Italian porn? Oh no, Bronson. That was American. That was the Mitchell brothers. Yes, the Mitchell. Yeah,
Mitchell brothers, right? They built the Mitchell brothers. What was it in San Francisco?
Farrell Theater.
Yeah, off of that.
Yes, they did. They did. Yeah, the O'Farrell Theater.
Yeah, I don't think I never went in there. I thought, this is gonna be sticky. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm happy to say that I did go into the Show World Center in New York City, but I didn't get very far in, right? Because you've got like the theater section, right, where there'll be like some porn star stripping or something, and then in the foyer you would have the magazines and the videos,
right?
But then there was the no man's land in between, the peep show booths.
Yeah, you don't want to go through there.
You don't want to go through there.
No, you don't want to
go. You might slip and fall.
Surprisingly, I only went to one porno theater in my life. I watched any porn I watched when came on VHS and stuff. But before I went into the service, we didn't know we were coming back. So we didn't know what was going on. So we all went in San Francisco. No, it was in Oakland because AFI Stations was Oakland. And we went to a porno theater, and that was uncomfortable. You're in all these people in there, man. All of a sudden, I got this little 17, 18-year-old Woody. I'm like, I got to get out of here. It's
the wrong place.
Yeah, is there
the wrong place?
A whorehouse around here?
Well, but also, it's like a lot of people don't understand this. The VCR was in its original form when it originally became something for consumers, and it wasn't just like, I'm not talking about the big giant ones that they used like in the TV industry or something like that.
Right.
Once they made them like of a manageable size and consumers could buy them, the VCR was a machine that you bought so you could watch porn in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, there you go. My mom, we had one of the first VCR that was put out in public, and this motherfucker was huge. And
comes out the top.
Yeah, the top would pop and go, bam!
Like a Transformer, Optimus Prime.
You put your little movie in, and that thing was indestructible. I gave it to a buddy of mine after my mom bought a new one, and I had a newer one. I gave it to a buddy of mine. That motherfucker lasted 20 years or something. Whereas the regular ones, they'll crap out on you in a couple years.
Planned obsolescence. They used to make it to last.
That thing was awesome, but it was big and it was heavy.
Yeah, man. Oh God. Yeah. Those big clunky buttons.
Oh yeah, the big
But remember, and the remote was attached with a cord, but it was great because it had slow-mo and you could actually
slow it down, yeah.
And so if there was like an exploding head in a movie, right? And because I'm happy as a pig in shit if I'm watching like a horror movie and somebody's head explodes. I'm just like, right? Because I always love that moment before the head explodes and you just see like this fake head just like hanging out.
Oh man, you got scanners. When his head explodes,
yeah, man,
the thing flattens out.
Oh yeah, his face falls forward.
Oh Jesus Christ! I never laughed so hard in my life. Oh, that was awesome,
dude. I got to see Dawn of the Dead and Scanners in a drive-in when I was a kid. Because
that's a great double feature.
Great double feature.
Yep.
And both times when the heads exploded, people were like leaning on their horns.
I wonder if they did that when in The Fury when John Cassavetes gets blown to pieces.
Oh, he blows up really good.
It's great because the camera's on top and you see his head fly toward the camera. Man, it's fucking great.
It is. Yeah, Joe's not lying. Yeah, it's like.
Yep, it's right at the camera. You're like, look at that. That's a good John Cassavetes dummy head. That is cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's the end of that movie is awesome, without a doubt. All right, folks, we are going on a hour 25. Any final thoughts about Suspiria?
Great movie.
I'd say the scariest part was that fucking voice at the end of the movie. That shit was scary.
I never found it. Oh wait, no, that's not true. I did find one part. I never found most horror movies I don't find scary. I find them fascinating.
Right.
And this though, when the girl comes out with the knife, after she's stabbed, I shouldn't tell anybody.
Scary too.
But she comes out and blood is leaking out of her mouth. And I was like, "Fuck! What is that?"
And she told her, what's behind the door?" It was a line from a movie, right? It was a movie title.
Yes, that's right.
You're about to meet the dead. The living dead.
It was great.
I was like,
and Jessica Parker, of course, is pissing herself with fear, but she still goes shank.
Yep, gosh, she had some balls in that movie.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, man. Yeah,
right?
When it came to
about the
fight,
movie, man.
When it came to fight or flight, she was all about fight.
Yeah,
and,
it was. That ending's awesome.
And they escaped all that shit that they fucking threw together. The place is falling apart and shaking.
The walls are cracking apart and shit.
That was awesome. It's like they built this beautiful set, and they're like, we're gonna fuck it up with style. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there is that, and there is that tradition in Gothic literature of the house being associated with being associated with its owner, right? Fall of the House of Usher.
Right.
Right. Because when we meet that, when we first come to see the House of Usher, it's got a big crack in it. Right. A big fissure. And that's, very symbolic of Roderick Usher's state of mind. Right. And then, of course, he gets
crazier. The house falls apart.
Yes.
Yes.
And quick little story. Once again, English lit major shit here. The guy who invented the Gothic story as we know it was a guy named Horace Walpole. Did I tell you about this, Matt?
No.
The guy, he wrote the Castle of Otranto, which is like the first Gothic novel. So anyway, he wrote that. He became a huge literary star. It was very popular with Lord Byron and the Shelleys. And a lot of influential artists at the time. Anyway, he built a house called Strawberry Hill, and he built it as a ruin.
No shit.
He intentionally built it so that it looked like it was like old and falling apart. And like shortly after his death, it all crumbled.
Fucking apart.
Oh, really? That's cool.
How metal is that?
The Fall of Strawberry Hill.
There you go. That's a horror title.
Seriously,
it's all bloody and shit.
Yeah,
it's like he dies. He's like, peace out, motherfuckers.
Yeah. No one's inheriting this, bitch.
Yeah, and it's the father of Gothic literature too. That's kind of poetic.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Yep.
Right.
That's a great story.
Oh man, yeah.
That might make a good movie.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
For sure, a comic or a book or something. That's for damn sure.
Oh man. And it's also everybody in the chat, by the way, thank you so much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. And I have to mention, Bronson Gorilla says I can watch Munchies on Betamax.
Ooh, Beta should have been the
What's the better format?
Yeah, it was 1,000 times better.
1,000 times better.
Yeah,
but you knew, because I remember, like, I was a kid and I was thinking like my father was like, I'm gonna get you a VCR, I'm going to get you like a player for Christmas, right? But I don't know if I should get. He really wanted it more for himself. He didn't know that the divorce was coming at that point. So, it was like, okay, was it beta or is it VHS? And it was like, well, beta's better, but it's not going to stick around. And VHS is going to be the prevailing format. Yep. And if you get a Betamax, you're not going to be able to play anything on that damn thing. So, went with the Betamax, but fuck it, nowadays we got Blu-ray, bitches.
Yeah, right.
Fuck yeah, man, Blu-ray. That's the only way to go.
Oh, it's so great, man. So, and I know, and here's the thing. I know there's people who are like, but like I liked that movie better when it looked all muddy or fucked up. And I'm like, well, that version still exists,
right? Yeah. And they got a point. I like 50 science fiction films better on regular DVD than I like on Blu-ray, because all of a sudden you can start spotting matte lines. You can start spotting all sorts of stuff that you never saw before.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. So, you know what Criterion did on War of the Worlds? Yeah. Because you could always spot the wires on the war machines.
Right.
And it's the only time I agreed with this. They digitalized those out, and it's, oh my God, it's a different movie now.
Really?
It's incredible.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
You do gotta check it out, because remember, there's a shot before it kills the 3 guys that go up to meet the aliens.
Yes.
The ship comes down, and in close-up, when in the old version, you could spot like 60 wires on this thing as it's lowering down.
Right.
Now they're all gone. And it was like, holy shit, man, that was 1,000 times scarier.
Well, like one of the things that freaked me out when I saw like George Lucas's like new version of Star Wars.
That's
all this, right? He put in all of this like new CGI shit, but then there are still these little like light colored squares around the spaceships.
Right.
You motherfucker! All you needed to do was go in. You didn't need to have like a ring around the Death Star when it blows up. You just needed to go in and just erase that shit. CGI is always best when you don't notice that it's there.
Yeah, and even the CGI that he put into those, like Jabba the Hutt, it was like a fucking joke. I've seen better CGI on early Resident Evil. It was not good. And he fucked those movies up. I still got the original copies on Laserdisc.
Oh, yeah, so, that's great. That's great.
So that they don't. I never got rid of my Laserdisc players, so I'm gonna keep all that stuff. But yes, sir.
No, I always just thought the way to do it is when you put out a disc, is that you should have different grades of the movie. So it's like you want to watch it in 4K, cool. You want to watch it in DVD, cool. You want to watch it like on like a TV pan and scan copy, VHS or something like that, cool. I would
always put the original version. Even if you fucked with it, have the new version and then have the original version.
Yes.
And then there's no argument. You can watch whatever you want. But when you digitalize stuff out, because that's what on War of the Worlds I said, well, they probably should have added the original copy too. Just so a lot of people are gonna, because I think they changed the sound. They might have put the sound in stereo. I'm not sure if it was stereo at the theaters. It might have been mono, but they did something to the soundtrack. So just put the original DVD and then the new one, and everybody can pick.
Yes, exactly. That would solve the problem. Like another one I recommend is
Zombie. Yeah,
is the Blu-ray of this is so sharp that when you see like one of the zombies just like walking like sort of dragging itself through a village,
right?
And the camera swings around in close up, you could see like a little piece of gauze.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it makes the movie feel a little bit less like a horror movie and more like a fantasy. And I'm okay with that. At the same time, when the local Alamo Draft House was showing a 35 millimeter print. And let me tell you, this thing was toe up. Like this thing had definitely been like in like a New York City grindhouse. It was toe up. And Michael Gingold, who writes for, used to write for Fangoria, came in with the film canisters, kidding, and those things looked filthy, disgusting. And we're all lined up at the door to be let into the theater, looking at these things like, all we need is just like a sticky floor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But anyway, what movie should we watch for next week? Any suggestions?
Did you guys watch this?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah. Because the idea is that for Horror Movie Club is that we agree to watch a horror movie. We watch it on our own at our leisure. And the movie is always something that is not behind a paywall. That's to say, I put a link in the description of the video and on the YouTube. I mean, on the YouTube, on the Twitter, on the Facebook, that gives people like direct access. So it's like, if it's something off of, you can watch it for free off of Tubi, or there'll be like a pristine like Blu-ray rip that's on YouTube. And so that way, I'm not asking people to like go pay $5, to like watch this picture or watch that picture, because the selection of like awesome horror that you can see for free right now.
Yeah, that Tubi, man. Fuck.
Right?
Tubi, IMBD. You can get a lot of shit on Prime Video.
Yep.
What did I just watch on Prime? I think it was Monolith Monsters.
Ooh, I haven't seen that like since I was a kid.
Oh fuck yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, there's so many places you can find horror movies now. Even Shudder, but you got to pay for Shudder. But if you got it, there's a ton of them on there.
Preston.
Hey, dude.
Yo.
I'm sorry, I didn't scroll down, dude. It's like 35 minutes backstage. Dude, nah, I'm the only one back here. Brian's a terrible YouTuber. Ha ha ha. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Preston, what do you got to say for yourself?
Tubi is really badass. Like it's a free service, but they got so many movies on there that are dubbed that aren't on all the other paid services.
Right.
You can find a ton of shit on there.
Yeah, I like the Jap movies. The Kung Fu Jap movie.
Yeah. Chinese movies.
Canceled. But yeah, they got tons of great like Shaw Brothers shit on there.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh,
there's another.
They got the Space Vampires movie on there too.
Yeah, Life Force.
Yeah. Life Force. Yeah, one of my all-time favorites.
I love that movie too.
Life Force.
Yeah.
Hilarious film.
It is.
Greatest looking woman ever.
I watched it again. Like I watched it a few times, but the effects that they use for the dead people on there.
Oh, they're great.
They're hilarious. Like,
yeah, but they're amazing.
But they're so fucking funny because they obviously fucking.
Yeah, when he raises up
animatronics,
the autopsy table and his eyeballs are like this.
Yeah, but it's
so
awesome.
funny. It was awesome. I ain't taking anything away from it.
No, I love that movie, but for other reasons. It's not a good movie. It's a fun movie.
I would disagree.
No,
I would disagree. I think it's one of those movies like when I first saw it when it first came out in its theatrical release as a kid, I was like, wah, wah, wah. And then I watched it again when it came out on Blu-ray recently, and I was like, holy shit, this is aged really well.
Well, didn't they put some stuff back into it, right, on the Blu-ray? Does it say director's cut?
Oh, I think it's.
I don't know.
I think there was more stuff in the London zombie area that they put back in.
Yeah.
That might be possible.
I always thought it was a good movie because space vampires.
I liked it because of Matilda May. Actually, the first half of that movie is really good. But once they get to to
Well, it's Dracula.
Yeah, and once they get to the London area, it just turns stupid but funny.
And
No, that's it is stupid. I ain't saying it isn't stupid. Like it's definitely a stupid
But
movie.
it's massively entertaining.
It is.
That's
it's so
what I'm going for.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. For me, it's there's no such thing as like when people are like, oh, it's so bad, it's good. I'm like, no, a lot of the movies that we say are so bad that they're good are actually good.
No, Robot Monster.
Dude, what about Planet
Monster is so bad it's good.
Which
Planet
ones?
9 from Outer Space.
Robot Monster. Planet 9.
Robot Monster? Robot Monster?
Funniest fucking movie ever.
Dude.
Ever.
Dude, you seriously? Give me like if I want to laugh, give me like a big old bong rip and Robot Monster. You will see me fucking rolling.
Oh fuck yeah!
That and
I don't gotta be high because I'd probably laugh myself to death.
Exactly.
It's like the Giant Claw. Giant Claw is basically a 50s film. It's not bad until you see that fucking
Monster.
That monster's so great.
The giant.
Oh my god! I never laughed so hard in my life.
The giant flesh-eating turkey.
Yeah, with the fucking ribbed fucking neck, and it's got its beak flares. You go, how does that work? I think that's a solid beak, right? Is it? And it's flaring up. His nostrils flare up. I go,
it's a marionette.
It's oh yeah, they shot that in Mexico.
What about Killer Clowns from Outer Space? That's another one.
That's made fucking, to be funny, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but it's awesome. I fucking love it.
I like it too.
It's a good movie. I don't hate it. It's a good movie.
It's all right.
I like Night of the Comet or Night of the Creep.
Oh, yeah, that's fun, too. I like that one. There's so many good fucking... Yeah.
The Chiodo brothers, the guys that made Killer Clowns from Outer Space, used to have a website that was called IHateClowns.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was just all dedicated to like their like dislike and fear and hatred of clowns.
You wouldn't believe how many people are scared of clowns. I used to have like these.
Yeah.
What is that bullshit? I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either. Like I had some zombie clowns airbrushed on the back of my car. My truck. Back in the day, and I used to do work for Harley. Like I used to go there and get airbrush jobs.
Yeah,
you wouldn't believe how many bikers were scared of the clowns. A fucking car.
Yeah,
it's fucking retarded.
Cool.
I used to paint a lot of bikes, and those guys were the biggest bunch of fucking idiots on the planet.
I know, right? Well, now it's even worse now because it's all yuppies. You know?
Oh yeah.
There's no 1% bikers out there. Yeah.
You're running around on the
movie.
Do they have training wheels? They have training wheels on their bikes?
The real bikers are retired now, and they can't afford motorcycles because
that's true. I used to have a 600 cc Triumph chop.
I had a Triumph too.
Did it have ape hangers? Like
no, I got
mine had half. Had half. I didn't have the ones up here. I gotta show
this to Joe. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, you're gonna trip out, dude. Wait till you see this. This was my chopper back in the day.
Let's check this shit out.
Yeah.
My brother hated my chopper, man. He'd get on it. He'd go, my balls. Oh God. I'm going, this motherfucker will shake your nut right off.
Pussy.
Yeah. Get used to it. Wear a cup.
Seriously, be a man.
Hold on, wait. I'm still looking for it. Like I only have like a few pictures of it, but I had airbrushed it. I airbrushed. Here it is. I got it. All right.
La 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 la.
Have you guys seen that movie with Bill Paxton, that horror western where he's a vampire?
Everything by Bill Paxton is awesome.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, Near Dark,
dude.
I want to see that. I've never seen it.
It's a fucking awesome movie.
Can we watch that sometime?
Oh hell yeah!
Share my screen, Brian.
I am sharing your screen, fool.
Hey, I can see it.
You are the worst YouTuber. Share my screen, not my fucking.
All right, not your face. Not your face. I'm gonna. I need to piss on your head. No, not your head. Your toilet. Let's see.
Let me see if we can figure this out.
What do I do? Solo layout. What do I click?
What do I
click on?
Do you see it? Like
I just see you.
Oh, I see it now.
All right, what we got? Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I want to see this tank.
Oh,
That's the tank I airbrushed that tank. I put a fat demon on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks great.
And a Danzig song.
Exactly. Devil's Play. I'm a huge Danzig fan, dude. Yeah. And
he's got a horror movie coming out. He's got
a
horror western.
I don't want to see anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not rushing out to see that.
I love that bike, but that was the worst investment I ever made in my entire life. Like getting parts for that fucking thing was insane. Getting parts. Fix it. It was crazy. It's a 1970 Triumph chopper. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
What year was mine? Had to be right around there too.
It's a 50-year-old bike, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sweet. Well, that's why you sank all the money into it, was because you're like, oh, this is gonna be a sweet ride, but then it turns into like a money.
That's the time when everybody was doing those fatback choppers, like the ones off of American Chop, and I was like, I thought they were okay, but they weren't really functional, So I was like, I didn't want to be like the crowd, so I wanted to go complete, like do a 180, and
retro.
Yeah, so I got that, and I was like, dude, fucking totally gonna go retro with it, and I went too retro.
Went too retro to the point where you have to become like an archaeologist to fucking find parts.
Yeah, it was like, how the fuck do I fix this? There's no mechanics that know how to work on it. Dig
up like old dead bikers, like do some grave robbery. Bikers like buried on their bikes. And shit to get the
even old bikers were like, nah, fuck that. Like, like, no, this thing sucked, dude.
There's a British bike. Get out of here with that.
Well, they thought Triumphs were great back in the day because you could get parts for it and all that kind of stuff. But they were like
beautiful bikes.
Yeah, and it had like a magneto on it, so it was like there's no battery. You know what I'm saying? So you had to fucking dust off the fuking coils and shit like that and kickstart it. Like the thing was
kickstarting that bitch was something else.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Oh man, shit's manly though.
Hold on, I'm trying to find this shot of Tim on my bike.
I wonder if they have Psychomania on TV.
What's tripped out is people are digging deep into indie horror, like because I thought Faust. I was like, well, Faust is a really good book to go ahead and make into like a series, right?
Right.
But then they pull out Grendel. And I was like, nah, somebody's digging. They're mining the fucking 80s horror scene. Yeah, in like indie horror scene in comics, dude. Yeah.
Well, that's okay if something good comes out of it.
Exactly. No, I'm totally cool with it because I'm a fan of all that shit. Like
Me too.
I was a fan of that when everybody else was like X-Men.
Well, no, I love the X-Men, but I love that shit too.
Yeah,
it's all about contrast. It's like sometimes you want a hamburger, sometimes you want filet mignon, sometimes you want like a bowl full of maggots.
Bloody bowl full of
maggots. Michael, they're maggots.
That's Faust. That's Faust. Faust is the bowl full of maggots.
I'll be right back. I'll just get myself a refill even.
No, Faust isn't the maggots. It's EO.
EO was the maggot dicks.
Yeah, that EO was fucked up, dude.
Full of dicks.
Dude, he ain't lying, dude. If you read EO is a fucking trip, son.
Yeah. That was a great book.
Yeah. I gotta rebuy all that shit. Like I don't have copies of that anymore.
I want to get that the Dead World, man. Some of the first ones.
Yeah, those are fucking awesome.
All right, I can't find this goddamn picture. All right.
Dead World is amazing. It's better than it's actually, in my opinion, I think it's better than The Walking Dead. Yeah.
I heard that they ripped a lot of stuff from there, man. I read an article by maybe like 8 years ago. They have a lot of stuff from there.
I met the creator of Dead World way back in the day, dude. Like way like in the 90s when the first Comic-Con I ever went to. He was there. And honestly, I just wasn't into that kind of stuff at the time. I was into other stuff, but I mean it sucks that I had to rebuy it.
Hold on a second. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, I read about it and just the whole like zombie biker priest or lord in there. That sounds so cool, and like the whole like it has like a more Evil Dead-esque type feel to it than Walking
I think
Dead.
it has, dude. It's absolutely like Deadites. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
demon lord and shit.
Yeah, demon
I like that
bullshit stuff.
And
like
they're growing humans. They have human farms and shit. And I was like, whoa,
yeah,
that's fucking cool. And they got portals and to gateways and shit.
Yeah, dude, like that's some awesome shit. In fact, Brian hooked me up with the trade paperback, but I went on eBay and found, because I like #1 issues, like the original #1 issues. So I went and found the first issue of Dead World, you know. Yeah. And dude, it's so, the covers suck, dude. I don't know what he was thinking, but the interiors are amazing, dude. Like they're amazing. Yeah,
I can't wait to get those. I'm gonna get them one day. I also want to pick up some
right now.
It's
like $5 for the first issue. Like it's not expensive.
That's cheap
as
fuck.
Dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you know what else? Like Faust was like $5 before they announced that was going to be a Netflix series. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
HBO series. Yeah. Now that shit is fucking impossible to get a hold of.
How are you? Wait a second. Eat. Halt. How the fuck are you gonna make a Faust series now?
That's what I'm saying.
How do you make Faust woke? How do you?
Faust was full of rape, dude. Was rape and fucking vaginas and and fucking just sick shit, dude. Like I went and reread like the whole first Faust series, and like I was talking to Joe about it. That's lightning in a bottle, dude. You can't repeat that. Like no series is it's like the original Crow. You can't repeat it. You know what I'm saying? And
when they did Singa's Talons and what was the other one?
It never stood up to that first series. You know, like
in Raw Media. Did you see that? I did the Kid Faust.
No, I never seen that.
Yeah, it's in the Raw Media magazine that Tim was putting out. I think we only did 2 or 3 of them.
I'm gonna look that up.
But they never came close to.
You can't because it was the perfect series. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say that about a lot of things, but the original Faust series and the original Crow series, you can't duplicate those, like, because they were perfect. You know,
in that time too, probably. You know,
Tim's artwork wasn't. I think that's the best work Tim ever did in his life.
In Faust.
Yeah,
I disagree. I think
I've never seen Gothic Knights. You keep saying that. I got to get a hold of Gothic Knights.
Gothic Knights is stunning,
so good.
And it's like it is. It's like Frankenstein, right? Since Frankenstein, the detail and the.
I'm doing it right now. I'm looking it up.
I got that right. Frankenstein, man.
Well, that's what I told.
Hard enough to like cut diamonds, man.
I got a hardcover.
I got that too, but that's what I was telling. I was telling Brian, like they should have mined like Tim to go ahead and take up where Bernie left off on Frankenstein.
For the Frankenstein.
They should let Tim draw a Swamp Thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they were.
Tim never got the breaks he deserved.
No, but sometimes that was his fault. Him and Quinn would piss those guys off real bad, and I was like, you can't really be talking like that.
Yeah, but that's artists. You know what I'm saying? Like real artists.
No. They were doing some rude shit too. Like especially to a guy who was running Marvel at the time. They would go up, walk by his table, and say fucking rude shit. I go, what are you, an idiot? Really?
He had a reputation because Joe.
He had a reputation. He's my brother, but he should have kept his fucking mouth shut sometimes.
No, you're right. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. But
you want to say shit about people, say it away from people,
behind their backs, like we do about Preston.
That's what I do about Brian. I'll tell you. Talk shit about Brian.
That's the way it's done, dude.
I talk shit about Joe behind his back too.
You know,
talk shit about me. All right, that's cool. That's all good.
Fuck that guy.
Don't pack two shanks.
Savvy, like Argento.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's his hand stabbing me,
hand.
motherfucker.
I'm only going to stab you if you turn around. You can't be facing me.
You got to put a wig on.
No, you do the bro hug. You do the bro hug, and then you stick the shank in. Hey, what's up, brother?
Like where I used to live at Chalmette, where I grew up at, like there's a thing called the Chalmette handshake. And that's when somebody taps you on the shoulder and smacks you in the face. You know what I'm saying? They punch you in the mouth.
Wow, I'm glad that never happened.
Oh man.
How many books was Gothic Knights, Joe?
2.
Like, was it was only 2 books?
2 or 3, I'm not sure. That was that in Raw Media too?
I'm have to
That might have
that
been a couple of the, because they did it
Gothic Knights
first and then they reworked it and added stuff in because it wasn't long enough. And that's what Tim's doing now. He's almost done with the shit.
Oh, they're re-releasing Gothic Knights?
He's going to, yeah. With all the extra stuff in it.
Nice.
And that's a lot of extra stuff. He's been working on this motherfucker for a long time. They added a lot of stuff that they had cut out.
Are they going to do a Kickstarter or something like that?
I don't know. That's what me and Dave are talking about right now. Original Sin. I had to cut so much out because the 3 issues, 16 pages an issue, you aren't going to get much story.
Honestly, I told you that in the beginning. Like, you should finish your Sin book series, but if you're going to do the trade paper, do a collected version and do that on crowdfunding and make you some money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah, I got to.
And I know a guy that wants to do a cover for that.
I'm doing one. Yeah, I started painting.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
Like,
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, this is just base paint. Like, I never even got into it yet. You know what I'm saying? But
I like.
Yep, that's the cover of the next book.
Preston's a
you know what?
guy.
I'm a huge fan of Joe's.
Preston.
Huh?
You know I might. In fact, I was thinking of this because I got a lot of Simbuck stuff on. What are those covers called? You know, where you do it on the
Sketch
paper.
cover.
Oh, sketch covers.
Yeah, I can. Some of those I can take Simbuck out of the off the top and do the and cover up the spine, and then we could do a cover from that. You could redraw that.
You did a sketch cover and you want to turn it into a real cover, like
right?
An actual. Yeah. No, send it over and
I'll send it. I'll block that fucker out by Monday. I got a page I'm almost done with. Once I'm done with that, I'll do that and send it to you.
Are these going to be alternate covers or are they going to be the
No,
covers?
fuck that. I'm not doing that alternate cover stuff. Tim's not doing the covers. I don't know why. He had 2 of them. I told you about this. He had 2 covers that were done, but we don't know where they're at anymore, and he doesn't want to look for them, I guess. So I said,
Tim is such a weird guy, dude. He's an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's.
Man, don't give you any excuse. Fucking find those covers.
I've dealt with artists like that, though. Like, they're temperamental. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, because
I'm his brother.
I can't afford to be.
I'll smack him in the teeth. Find the cover.
Don't believe him.
Like,
I was he's a prima donna.
I was going to pay Tim like $100 to get 2 issues of the Faust issues that were.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Yeah, 13 and 14, I think it was. Like the 2 last issues. And I wasn't sure if he wanted more because they're considered rare, but I think Tim's sitting on like 40,000 issues or 20,000 issues or something like that. And I was like, I'll just get them from Tim. I know he's got a ton of them, right? So I contacted him. He said, yeah, it'll be this much. I was like, awesome. So I was ready to send the money over. Never got back to me. And I was like, look, if it's more money you need, let me know. I'll give you more money. Still never got back to me. But that's just Tim.
Yeah,
right, Tim?
I'm right here. And what the fuck, dude? I need you to do something. No, fuck no. I never hear.
Yeah, like Joe told me that. He said, well, that's Tim.
Yeah.
So he has a rep. He has a rep. Like I said, I never met the man, but you hear stories. And they
some of those stories are bullshit though. When he gets into his artwork, and a lot of people don't like this, he gets into his artwork and they'll start talking to him and he's not listening. He doesn't want, and they think he's rude to them. No, that's him.
And while they're working too.
I met Tim at a convention, a couple of conventions. Well, two conventions. And like we carried on a conversation about technique. That was it. Like anything else, because we carried on a conversation about this part of the human face, like where it dips in right there between the eyes. Right. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm studying this and blah, blah, blah. And I was looking at his thumbnail. Tim's thumbnails look like better than most artists' finished work. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you see him do big, he does it literally this big in full detail. You know, and you can blow that up and make a whole piece from it. Like it's crazy.
I've done that.
You know? Yeah.
I've done that too.
He had an unfinished like spider thing coming at Mona Lisa, and it was only like half done. I said, "Fuck that! Give that to me. I'll finish that." And I finished it and colored it. And he'll do that. He'll do, sketches or thumbnails that are as detailed as anything anybody's ever going to put out. They're incredible.
Some people can work real small like that, man.
The only other person I've seen that actually did that was the dude who did Kingdom Come. What was his name?
Alex Ross.
Alex Ross. Alex Ross was the only other person I've seen do thumbnails that were completely detailed and finished work. You know what I'm saying?
He's amazing.
Finished.
Yeah. He's amazing. But some people, I mean, as artists, I would think drawing that small. I mean, there was a tattoo artist that I knew in Manhattan who would do these absolutely beautiful tattoos that were replicas of like classic paintings.
Oh, wow.
So
Right.
like, she was doing like Rembrandts and I mean, just like crazy shit and small and on human skin.
Yeah, it's called micro portraits.
It's incredible.
It's the most
incredible.
Yeah, but that shit doesn't last. Those micro portraits. It's because it's not that the portrait's any like terrible. It's just that as you get older, it starts to blur.
Right.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know
That's all tattoos, right?
All of them. Yeah,
Start
but that's
to loosen up and
exactly.
yeah.
Because
Like
I saw this guy in Detroit who was doing portraits of horror movie characters, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I've
so
seen
like
some pictures of those.
those are right. You could see like, for instance, like on his Reagan from The Exorcist, Pazuzu, you could see like the shine, the reflection on the eye in a freaking tattoo.
Yeah, I can do that.
Amazing.
Like,
That shouldn't be that.
yeah, if you want a tattoo like
God,
that,
that
I
ain't
can do you up. I got my setup over here.
Yeah, my son tattoos.
Hey.
He keeps saying, "Dad, you gotta get a tattoo." I said, "Get the fuck out!" You know.
I'm gonna do your tattoo, Joe. I got you covered.
Hey, Preston, you can have my whole
Damn,
hairy back.
I'm not putting USA, United States of America, on my dick. Forget.
Nobody's. I was gonna put your
I gotta
name.
do the hog
name
talons.
on. I was gonna put just
I've
your
already
name
had like
on my
hog
penis.
talons on.
Oh, there you go.
That way when
That way I remember who I am when I'm old. Oh yeah. Oh, is that my name? Put my social security number on here.
Like
No, you don't actually put your name. You put your
backwards.
name. Like,
Right.
that way I can walk up to Matt and I'll be like, "Hey Matt, I got your name on my deck." And
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh God, man.
I see how this works.
Oh man. Oh, too good.
Whoops, someone's back there. Preston, who's in your doorway?
That's my old lady.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mrs. Acevedo.
Hello.
Your husband's a total deviant, but he loves you dearly.
She doesn't know that you guys can see her.
No, when we don't want to make
She came home today and she's like, "I had a bad day." I was like, "What happened?" She goes, "I was coming around a turn, and right now there's all kinds of wood stacked on side the highways because of the hurricane and shit like that, right? Like everybody cut the shit up and they threw it on side the highway, and no, the state hasn't picked it up yet. So she's coming home and she's going around a curve, and another car is coming around the curve, but they're going a little faster, and they're in the middle of the road. So she had to get over, and when she did, she smacked the passenger side mirror on a tree trunk. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I had to order a mirror today.
Oh God, that's so she's still wound up. Like the adrenaline's probably still going.
Yeah.
Oh
sucks.
man.
Well, dude, you know what? You know the recipe. You know what to do. Put on the Barry White.
Shit. Okay.
Put on the Barry White. Give her a light some scented candles. Give her a neck massage. Bing, bing, bing. I mean, come on.
No, she's gonna need
Preston.
She's gonna need AC/DC.
Exactly.
This is gonna be a rough night, dude. You're gonna be in.
Oh, okay.
Shit. I got to be honest. I'm gonna have to wait for those Gothic nights. Those fucking things are expensive.
No shit. Everything's expensive.
No, they got them on here, but they're like
How much?
$60 for the set. No, $60 for number 2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That might not have been. That might have been one that they didn't do a lot of copies of.
Gothic Nights.
I'm gonna make you cry here, but when I had to move Tim, he had to go to some convention. He was moving to another apartment. And he goes, can you move my?" He had all the shit boxed up. He paid me. He goes, "You want to move my shit?" I go, "Okay." He must have had 1,000 comic books that we threw away, and a lot of them were Gothic Knights, because he didn't want to drag them around. He wouldn't get a warehouse for them, and I was like, "You are fucking out of your mind."
If you should have took those, Joe, and you should have just sold them on eBay.
Because I think there was,
but they didn't have eBay back then, right?
How long ago was this?
No, this is back in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, they had. Did they have eBay in the 90s? I thought that was the beginning of eBay in the early 90s. Like late 90s.
Maybe, but it wasn't like a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have anywhere or I didn't know where to sell.
Oh my God, if you guys knew.
We went around Sacramento and filled up trash cans in back of stores with fucking comic books all night. I mean, we were filling up a van full of this shit and then dumping.
Oh my God. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It hurts me now because I think it was dog number 2, which is hard to get, was one of the bunches of the books. I know there were Gothic Knights. There was some Faust, but he didn't want to have them in his house anymore. I was like, fuck.
Oh, that sucks. That hurts. Bronson Gorilla in the chat has a question for Preston. Is there anything happening with Rockabilly Road Trip? That was such a cool project.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten to it. I got another issue I got to knock out. And, we're gonna do that. Also, we're still fishing it around for people to produce it. But that seems to be an issue at the moment.
Oh fuck!
And they may have found a writer, possibly.
Oh, for the script, the movie script. Yeah, we've been trying to get some douchebag.
He's
he said he would do it, and then he gave us a runaround. He was like, "Oh, I can't do it yet."
He's
okay, douchebags, line up and tell me a lie.
You know what? That dude. Yeah, no, he is a douchebag. I'm not denying that. But he's currently working on something that he's actually getting paid for.
we offered to pay you. We're like.
Yeah, but I can't take money until I know for sure that I can commit to a project and deliver. Like, do you want to?
I can.
Matt, do you see the problem here? Like,
no,
we're willing to pay you. Well, I can't commit to it.
Those Italian guys, when I was doing all the work for that guy in Italy, they paid me up front.
I heard the Italians pay good, dude.
Oh, they paid good money, and they said, "Yeah, just take your time. Here's your money." I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, like
I'm moving to Italy,
right?
Oh,
like
dude,
them and the French
artists do really well in France. I know a lot.
Yeah, the whole section, man.
What about Japan? Do they do good? Do American artists do good in Japan?
I don't think so.
No, I don't believe so.
In
France, you guys are considered like I know this is shocking.
Like rock stars, right?
You guys are considered to be real artists.
Yeah, in France, right?
Yeah, and
I think now it's loosened up a little bit.
Isn't that where the Coneheads come from? We come from. Yeah.
But they love you dudes, is what
I
I'm
think
saying.
it's loosened up a little bit, like in the U.S. with all that kind of bullshit. Like it used to be bad, like.
Really
if you went around saying you're like, I remember telling people that I want to do comics for a living. They're like, "You fucking stupid."
Oh yeah, still get that.
You're not a real artist.
Hey, I make an actual living at it. Well, how stupid am I?
Oh yeah, like the art guild like refused to let me in because I told them I was an illustrator.
Yeah,
and like,
I draw comic books.
Yeah, that's not art.
When I was taking art oil painting at the college because I wanted to learn how to oil paint. I know how to paint with acrylics, but that lady just looked down and she found out that I drew comic books, and everybody in the class was fucking, oh yeah, shit, we know this guy. She fucking just, I was surprised she didn't spit on me.
Did you, Joe? Yeah, did you get
one notch above a pornographer? Pretty much.
Did you get the feeling like if it rained, she would drown?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't put the food in front of her, she's going to starve to death.
Her nose was so far up in the air, like she.
And the only reason why I stayed in that class, she had big tits. So I was.
Oh my god!
Seriously, it was bad.
Sexist. No, really. It's so bad.
You guys are treated like shit. You guys really, I mean, are basically like one notch above pornographers.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, I wanted to see what the big deal was about with fine art. So I hung around those people for a while, and what I discovered was that it's just a bunch of people like blowing each other's egos up. Nobody's making money. You know what I'm saying? There's literally less than a handful of people in that scene that make all the money, right? And then everybody else is just like, yeah, I'm an artist. And they hang around coffee houses. They do like really shitty work on
coffee houses.
I swear, dude, I swear to God. I was like, they would have an opening.
Pretentious motherfuckers, man. You know, it drives me crazy. I mean, because I have no artistic talent. That's why I'm a writer. I write comics because I can't draw.
That's an art. Writing is an art.
It is. But you know, it's, you know, I watch what you guys do, and I watch it with a real strong sense of fascination and admiration. And I find most people have one of two different approaches to artists, which is they'll look at you and be like, I can't, but like what you're doing is magic and it's incredible, or they look at you like basically like, yeah,
get a real job.
I could do that. Get a real job.
There was,
and I'm kind of in the direction of like the awe.
Oh, my ex-wife, she was working at a car lot. You know, she was the salesperson or whatever, like car dealer.
Yeah.
And this is way back. We were young, and like she was telling this guy that worked with her, she was like, yeah, she's like, my husband's an artist. And he told her, he said, you should tell that dude to grow up, because in the real world, you need to get a real job, you know? And I was like, fuck that dude.
I wonder, I bet Frazetta heard the same
teeth are going to be flying out of your face if you say that to my fucking face.
Oh, no, he wouldn't say that to my face.
No, fuck no.
No, of course not.
Frazetta too,
no, of course not.
Yeah.
But now you also say comic books, and people are like, ooh.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
I was at the gym today, and this girl goes, I heard you're an artist. Yeah. And she goes, what do you do? I do comic books. Oh, I said, calm down.
Stan Lee told a story about being like at a party, like a literary crowd party in New York City, and like, oh, I hear that you're a writer. Yeah. What do you write? Comic books? And how like the room just sort of moved away from him.
Yeah. Well, back then it was Wade. It was
Stanley,
back then, really, man. But even now, it's like people are like, ooh, but like people in the fine arts, which is a term that always gets right up my ass.
Fine farts.
Yeah, well, I mean, because like I said, there's no such thing as fine art and base art, or there's just art.
Well, let's put it this way. Even though like I do all this stuff on canvas, it's not considered fine art.
Fuck
you know what I'm saying? Like,
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
They're wrong.
Frazetta's work wasn't. It's still in some areas not considered fine art.
Yeah.
You know?
I paint roses and bees, or I paint bees and flowers because I like bees and flowers, and that's what I paint when I'm using regular paint. And then people change their fucking tune. Oh, they should be in a fucking band. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, a friend of mine that I worked with, he was telling me
there's no difference.
He was trying to convince me that like if you paint a really good bowl of fruit, you can get a lot of money for it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, if you paint a really nice bowl of fruit, like you can get upwards of $3,000 or $4,000 for it. I was like, I've never seen
scarf
it, but...
and then just kind of give him a little attitude.
Oh, did you guys hear about
Yeah,
this?
but you know what? I heard that they would do that and then just make prints. They don't make, you don't sell the original. You sell the prints, and you can print them on canvas or whatever. And
now you can
make a shitload of money.
That's a big industry.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, check this shit out, guys. Check this shit out. I don't know if you've heard about this. Let me see if I can share this shit, because there is some bullshit that is going on in the art world, but it's very, very entertaining bullshit. Let's see if I can get that. No, hold on. It's okay. The story is artist given $84K for paintings, sends blank canvases.
Oh no, I saw that. Yeah.
Them, take the money and run. Let me put this in the chat or something. For some reason I can't. I admitted. Preston,
right, I read that.
I'm a shit streamer.
And now they're trying to get the money back.
Because
yeah.
Fuck that.
I was at this was a while ago, California State Fair, and they have the art show.
Yeah. And
this one year, I think that I was with the mother of my son. I think so. But we went there, and there was this huge canvas about the size of this glass door here. You can't see it, but it's huge. Right. It was blue with an orange dot on it, and it was called Orange Dot on Blue Canvas, and it won the show. I was like, holy shit, I'll never do this again.
Here's the thing with what Brian was saying. Like, if they try to get the money back, they have to prove that that's not fine art.
Yeah. Right.
Like that a blank canvas, but they had a guy like when in the 90s, the guy like did a blank canvas. He just threw white paint on a canvas and called it Snow Blonde, and that was it. It went for $300,000.
Well, it's actually the title that sells it. Yeah. You can do whatever the fuck you want on the canvas, but if you make a snarky or smart ass title or whatever, that when they hang it up, they go, like you said, snow.
Yeah. What it's doing?
Well, that was another thing too.
Is it's calling out the charlatanism in the fine arts world. I'm sorry, Preston.
I said, if we're going to get on this subject, I'm going to start venting, because there were so many goddamn situations that I was in where I had somebody that told me that I was like, yeah, but I can do all this on canvas. And he was like, yeah, but if you can't explain it or relate it to something else, then you can't have it in a gallery. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, it has to be reminiscent of Van Gogh or something like that. Or you have to explain. He said, this is the reason why they have hard history and fine art like classes in college, to teach people how to explain their artwork. I was like, I don't think real art has to have an explanation.
No, not at all.
I'm saying,
no, it does not.
But that goes completely against the whole setup of fine art. Like,
look, it's that's totally getting rid of the subjective, right? And art is a subjective thing, right? The whole idea is you trust the tale, not the teller.
Yeah.
Right. And the work is out there, and everybody. I like the fact, like that's why I love David Lynch. He will not explain his work for anybody.
Right, and that's what drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah, me too.
That's the beauty is everybody that comes along.
Lost Highway, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Well, I mean, but like his last season of Twin Peaks, that's some of the best shit he ever did.
Well, I haven't watched the last season. Oh, I got to see that because I love Twin Peaks.
Oh, dude.
I like the original one more.
Right. Really?
The new one is maybe some of the best work he's ever done. Some of that is terrifying. Some of that is just straight out, balls out horror. The demons...
Hey, no more. I gotta watch it.
Okay. No spoilers. But yeah, there's one episode of that. I think it's episode 6. I sat down and rewatched that thing about 10 times, and I hadn't done that with anything since I was like 15 years old.
You guys watched Midnight Mass?
Oh,
No,
that was
how
good.
is that?
That was fucking amazing.
That
dude.
was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's a deliberately paced
Yeah.
series. It's not fast, but the dialogue in this, I never heard more painful dialogue than I ever heard in this movie.
Oh, it was
I was like, fuck. And it was awesome.
It reminded me of Salem's Lot.
I'm all over that.
Oh, wow.
Just a little bit.
I'm surprised they didn't get what's his name, the guy who does King's stuff. He did the Castle Rock. What's his name?
Oh, Frank Darabont.
No, not Darabont. The guy who does these series. Darabont did Mist, and he did the movies. Yes. But this guy writes the best dialogue I've ever heard, and he directs them too. And it's almost like Kubrick directing a TV series.
Wow.
He's one of the new guys. Yeah. He's one of the new guys. Didn't he do a Dr. Sleep?
Yes, he did.
I like that. I like that movie, dude.
Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a solid
I was surprised that he was able to take the movie and the book and meld them together, and it didn't fucking fail.
Yes,
pretty seamless.
And his casting of
he uses the same people in everything. That's what I like about this guy. He almost like Carpenter, who likes to use a lot of the same people.
Oh yeah,
he's phenomenal. Yeah,
he is. This guy is phenomenal. His first thing was he adapted Turn of the Screw, called House of, starts with a B, Bela or something. I got to watch it. So that's the only thing I haven't seen of his. But my son said it was fucking awesome.
Oh God, because I mean that's one of my favorite stories. That's a perfect example. Like people would ask Henry James, are Quentin Jessel the ghosts? Are they real, or are they a figment of the governess's twisted mind? Right? Mm. And you read that story and you're like, yeah, they're ghosts. Wait a second, no, they're not. Yeah, they are. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. No, they're not. And then the shit ends, and you don't know what to believe. And
but in the Innocents, the movie, they are ghosts.
I think so,
because there's this part in it where they're at the lake, and the governess sees the ghost out in the lake. Yeah, and the little girl sees her. But she might be, at first you go, she might be just sucking off the governess's mind. Right. She's seeing the ghost. Right. Well, they walk away and walk up the hill, and the camera goes back to the swamp where it shouldn't be a ghost, and the fucking ghost is still there. And I went, motherfucker, that's a ghost.
Yes, yes. I know the exact moment that you're talking about, and that's the director doing his
that was Clayton did that.
Yes. And the original novel, Henry James was asked, are the ghosts real or not? And you know what he said? He said, if you're asking me that, you missed the entire point of the story.
Yeah.
You have to know. You have to know. He had to know, but you don't have to know. That's what the author needs to know. The audience doesn't.
Come up with whatever you want.
Yes.
I'm surprised, Brian. I'm surprised you haven't seen Midnight Mass.
That just came out, didn't it?
It's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
Have you guys seen *Malignant*?
Yeah.
No,
I haven't seen that yet.
I enjoyed the fuck
Batman. That's a Batman villain movie.
It is.
Really?
Yes.
Yep. And there's so much fucking Batman shit in there. Oh my god.
It's a Sam Raimi Batman villain. It's a horror movie.
I liked it. Action.
It's very good. I enjoyed the fuck
I liked it. I didn't expect
the monster. The villain, I should say, the villain in that is pretty fucking incredible.
It's cool. And I mean, it's been done, but everything's been done, but it's a little tweak. And then the sets and the locales in there are fucking awesome.
Yes. Oh yeah, the underground city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And but here's the thing. It's a movie where I can't tell you if I give you the name of an 80s horror movie.
Yeah. I know.
I can't tell you. I can't say that because then you'll get it. And I saw the twist coming from like about, I wouldn't say a mile away, but there was a certain point where I was like, "Oh, I know what this is."
I kind of figured it out too, but then I was like, "Nah," and then they fucking said, "No, motherfucker, it is this," and I was like, okay." And
yeah,
like, this motherfucker's
and
crazy.
then there's a set piece in a police station that is out of this world.
All right, I gotta watch this.
They got fucking Arkham Asylum in there. That was the only thing. Then they didn't fucking use it. You know what I mean? And look cool too. But I was like, oh, this motherfucker's making a trilogy of these. I guarantee you.
I think so
too.
too.
That Aquaman money to make that shit.
Well, that's the thing. That like Joe was saying, he wishes that Mario Bava had agreed to do King Kong, so then he would have like huge budgets.
That's what he's doing.
Just, maybe not huge budgets, but he would be able to work what he wants to do off the money he made, because that's what he would do. He would.
Yeah, that's totally. Like,
now you got yourself a shit, man. He's making movies for less than $500,000 a pop, and they look
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Danger Diabolic. Oh my god.
Yeah,
you know,
under $1 million. What did he come out? 750,000.
I think so.
Yeah,
they give him $1 million. It's like, here you go. I make you a great movie. Here, I have here's a quarter of the budget I didn't use. Here, you can have
I'm making a porno.
Hollywood was like, yo.
I want to know how De Laurentiis would have shit himself, because he's dealt with people that went way over budget.
Oh, yeah.
This guy comes back and gives him money. He's like,
did you?
Exactly.
I'm friends with
Bellissimo.
One of my buddies. He does a lot of special effects for the movie industry down here in Louisiana, right? Well, he was working on Wolverine, Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan.
Oh, nice. I still haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Logan?
They had a huge budget for Old Man Logan, right? Huge budget.
Yeah.
And but then Deadpool came out, and they made that movie for so little money that they cut the budget for Logan in half.
Oh my god. That was 50 million and made like 700 million off.
Yeah, Logan. If they cut it in half, maybe they did that guy a favor, because it was incredible. That's my favorite.
I heard that's
that and Captain
America
Winter Soldier are probably my two favorite.
Me too. Yeah. And Blade 1 and 2.
Blade was awesome.
Yeah, Blade 1 and 2.
And I like that with that Norton Hulk.
And
fun.
Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 2 and X-Men.
Yeah, but that's fucking Logan was way above.
No, I could have put X-Men.
Spider-Man 2 has him holding on to Aunt May, Dr. Octopus, and I don't know how many fucking stories up.
Yeah.
Aunt May would have been shitting her pants and having a heart attack.
I know, right?
And it was dumb. I hated that part.
Oh my god! It made my heart sing. I was just like, "This is like the comic book."
Well, she would have shit her pants all over the page.
In real life, but we're talking about comic books.
No. It's sometimes you gotta
representation of reality.
No,
I thought your boy that played Sandman.
I thought it was too camp.
He was perfect.
Stupid.
Yeah, I thought the guy who played Sandman was perfect. I thought
so. Oh yeah, he was too. Too bad he wasn't in a good movie.
I know, right?
That wasn't the worst movie where he was casted very perfectly in. Check out the new Hellboy where he plays Lobster Johnson.
Yeah, I saw Hellboy.
Yeah, that dude's good in almost every movie he's in, though. Like, I mean, he's good. I'm not saying the movie's good.
Make a movie of him, dude. That would have been cool. Lobster Johnson.
I still got to disagree with Joe about Spider-Man 2. I think that is if he had.
I don't. I like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
I like it. I thought it was a good movie.
I like one a lot.
I like one. You know what? One was a really good origin movie. The special effects still hadn't
gotten there.
They weren't great, but I like Spider-Man 1.
Oh yeah,
I do too.
I think they got to stop doing the origin in every goddamn movie.
Yes, I agree. Every fucking time. We already know how this clown got here. He came out of I know, but.
And if all the normies don't know, then go watch the past movies, because it's in every fucking
comics. Because most of the time, the origins do follow the comics.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man every time has followed the comic origin. Batman most.
With the
Superman
web spinners.
The organic ones.
Yeah.
Which one?
the web spinners. Like they got rid of the fact that Peter Parker is.
Like, he had to make the spinners. Yeah,
and then he creates
come out of his wrist.
Spinners. Instead, he's just like shooting jizz out of his fucking.
Exactly. I was just gonna make that joke.
Yeah, it was like a puberty thing. I got it. You know,
they kind of ripped off Spider-Man 2099, but I love Spider-Man 2099. The comic
that was badass.
It was so dark, dude. Like Spider-Man. Dude, he had like claws on his fucking hands and shit. Like they explained everything. Like
that's not so 90s.
How does he stick to walls? Because he's got claws that come out of his fingertips. That's how he sticks to walls, right?
Got that fucking tape and shit.
Dude, it was fucking awesome, cool. Dude.
He looked metal as fuck, man.
That's my favorite Spider-Man, by the way. It's 2099.
I got a toy of that one, the Miguel O'Hara, I think.
Yeah, I'm old school. I'm back to Ditko.
I'm old school too.
Ditko time.
Bushima.
I got
Romita did them after.
I got some of the volumes. I got some of the volumes of the old Creepy magazine. Yeah.
Oh man.
And Ditko's work in those old magazines are fucking amazing.
Fuck, he's incredible.
Damn, I'd love to see that.
Ditko was a visionary.
And it was all in black and white. And he was like, "No, I'm not going to do this in just pen and ink. We're going to do some gray tones and all this kind of." You know? It was like his Doctor Strange work doesn't even touch what he did in these old Creepy magazines. Dude.
Oh man, those Creepy magazines.
No, but Creepy,
horror, dude.
Creepy, since you're only doing one story or two stories, you could go off the wall on those, man.
He did though. He went
like Wally Wood or even Frazetta did a couple, and those guys did some of their best work in black and white pen, and they did it fast too.
Something about black and white pen.
They did them
black and white too.
Fast.
I'm very much a black and white guy. I wanted to do Six Gun Gorilla originally in black and white, but this was like
whatever.
In 2016, you couldn't. This is like I think people are now more open to it because of manga.
Yeah, totally open to it now.
Well, no, I always get why don't you do another black and white? Because back when we were doing Gunfighters, they wanted it in color too, and I said no.
Nah, I like Gunfighters in black and white. That shit.
Yeah, without a doubt, I would want to see that in color. But look at that Frazetta right there.
Look at that, that's awesome.
Yeah,
fucking Griffin, fucking werewolf.
The great,
Griffin werewolf, bro.
These are the shit. These Dark Horse reprints. These are the shit. I prefer these to omnibus editions. Because the omnibus editions are just too unwieldy. I like when this is just the perfect size for a hardcover. These are great, man.
How many issues are in there?
Oh God, a lot.
I want that.
There's a lot.
I want to get the Solomon Kane too, man.
Was that Chaikin?
300 pages. 300 pages.
Who did the who drew Solomon Kane? Was that Howard Chaikin?
Howard Chaikin did it in the first Marvel incarnation.
Yeah, and a couple of other dudes, I think. I think it was three guys.
Yeah, he drew him with these weird stockings.
And the book is dirt cheap, dude. The Solomon Kane, the Savage Tales of...
Yeah, awesome. That shit's amazing. Matt just told us how great that Solomon Kane thing is and went, oh.
I'm out of here.
He's out at 5,000. But yeah, these are... Like, who have they gotten here? Frazetta, Al McWilliams, Gray Morrow, Joe Orlando, Severin, Alex Toth, Al Williamson.
Yeah. McWilliams, one of the most underrated artists of all time.
Oh, my God.
Brian, make sure Matt isn't waiting in the back room right now.
I know. He is, but you just gave it away. I was just going to make him just hang out there for a while. Just to fuck with
sorry,
him.
Guys. That book's like $15.
Had to go and blow it.
Did you have to go take a dump? Because I do that and click off.
I wanted to see the price of it because I have it in my saved because I want it. That's the Savage Tales of Solomon Kane. It's like I think it's like $15 on Amazon right now. And it's the comic books. It's all the comic books from the origin and everything. So I want to get that shit.
Yeah, I got to get that.
My favorite character, really.
He's fucking awesome, dude.
Solomon Kane.
I love that movie
too. My favorite character.
I love Solomon Kane.
Oh, it was good, dude.
That movie was so fucking good. And
Conan.
Oh yeah,
Conan. I don't know how much he's cooler than Conan.
No, he's not.
Arguably.
Yeah, but he's kind of
Conan's the alpha check.
Conan is a vicious motherfucker, and they turn him into a hero. Get out of here, shit. Conan was no hero.
And Cole is even more
was,
stripped
yeah,
down.
but he was still the good. He was when you read those stories,
It's
he's
Pappy.
still the guy.
Yeah, he's the
still a
guy.
hero.
He's a mass murdering, raping fiend, but he's
not a
the
rapist.
hero. He raped a lot of girls in those.
He
stories.
was a rapist.
Yes.
Remember the whole thing with Valeria? He's like he doesn't try to rape her in Red Nails. He's just kind of
He
like
raped the Frost Giant's daughter, or he was going to.
Well, yeah, but she was like a siren too.
All right, you can make up all the goddamn stories you want.
Conan's not a rapist.
Yes, he is.
There's a moment
that was the way it was in the barbarian days.
in ancient Hyboria.
I think Robert E. Howard wrote him that way though. Like he's a barbarian, so Robert E. Howard wrote him as a barbarian,
right? And that's how it should be.
Yeah, but I think.
All right, here's the scene.
But the comics, I don't think the comics could like put that in there. You know.
Well, he was somewhat of a barbarian in the comics, but he was not
nowhere near as what.
He was a raw motherfucker, but he had a code.
He was a noble savage.
Great scene. Exactly. He's exactly
noble savage.
He was
with
against
his
technology.
Dick.
Well, Conan slung mad crazy dick. Okay,
yeah, but they always
laid
wanted
some
him.
Major league pipe.
They always wanted him.
He was never taking it.
Yes,
there's a scene in one of the stories where there's he's in one of those funky underground lost forgotten cities.
Right.
Honestly,
there's this bridge over an abyss, and on one side there's a big giant cask of like jewels and diamonds and riches and shit, right? Enough to make him a king. On one side, it's teetering. On the other side, there's this wench, and that's what she is, hanging from her fucking fingernails.
Yeah, but Brian,
Howard says he doesn't think twice. He dies for the girl.
Yeah, but here's I think what Joe's saying.
He's a hero.
Is, like, well, I don't think Conan actually forced anybody to have sex, but there was no question that it was never going to be a no. Let's put it that way.
Oh, it's never
Conan says,
he never gets anywhere with her.
He raped the girl in the movie. I mean, they don't show it, but they put the woman in there, and he takes.
Oh, in the movie, yeah. But that's the movie version.
That's Conan in the books.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I gotta disagree.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like he forced them, but there was never any question.
They were not going to get away.
Conan's origin in the movie. As much as I love that movie, and it is one of my all-time favorites.
That's my favorite movie.
That's not Howard's Conan.
Is it?
That's my favorite Conan. It's our favorite movie, but that's not Howard's Conan.
No, right, I agree. Not the way he was. The way he became Conan was John Milius's.
And it's awesome.
Stone.
And Oliver Stone.
Bad. Yeah,
and it's like one of the greatest movies ever. But
the movie just takes a little bit from each story. Like
it does.
And Cole, it's all Cole's origin
too.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Like
because Thulsa Doom.
And they made all the toys, and they turned into the Masters of the Universe toys, like Skeletor and Thulsa Doom.
That's true. That's true.
And He-Man is Conan because Oliver Stone wrote 12 different movies. He
had
it all planned out.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I heard that
it would have been like James Bond. Every 2 years, Schwarzenegger would come back as Conan.
Conan.
I was waiting for them to do Conan the King because that had been announced. I wanted to see Schwarzenegger as Conan the King.
I still want to see it too. I still want to see it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how old or how.
I don't care. He's the king.
Wearing the crown of
chainmail and a beard, I'm good in the crown.
Wearing the crown of Aquilonia upon a troubled brow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You are too much of a nerd.
At one point.
Conan fucking Arnold pushed hard for that movie too.
Yeah.
It's just how much money that fucker would have made. Jesus Christ, it would have been a massive smash. And even if it wasn't any good, it would have been a smash.
I know.
It makes you think, though.
Rock is his son.
Well, here's the thing. Like, being involved in this shit now, like, I don't see how shit gets made.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
You know how gunfighters has been out there. I mean, Robert Evans has looked at gunfighter. Whole shitloads of people. Nothing.
Yeah.
Lots of promises. I get a lot of fucking contracts that are worthless. And
that's what people tell me. It's like, you can have the greatest thing in the world, and it doesn't matter if it makes money or not. It's who you know. Like if you don't know anybody in the industry, you're not.
You want to suck a dick? No. Then you're
even then, like there's no guarantee it's going to get made. Like
everything in life is
they can tell you that it's coming out, literally going to be out in the spring, and nothing happens.
In fact, like that's why I refuse to license anything. It's because one, there's no guarantee it's going to get made. Two, they only pay you like $3,000 or $4,000 to tie your project up for the next 3 to 4 years.
Well, yeah, Gunfighters is coming up in April. I haven't heard a goddamn thing, and this is the second time that's been licensed.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, and sometimes they do that so that they can bury your IP.
Yeah,
because they might have something like it coming out, and they don't want to compete with it.
That's what I heard. You know? They can hold it. They can make their own shit that's similar to it.
Yeah, well, April, that's tough because I'm not giving them back the license. Fuck it, you've had 4 fucking years or something to do something.
And now, to be quite honest, like the indie movie scene is like they're doing shit that the mainstream used to be like. It used to be almost impossible for anybody but the mainstream to do. You know what I'm saying? Like effects and everything. They got kids who could do effects that people
on their fucking phones.
Exactly.
That's the new generation. That's the new.
Did you see Monsters?
eBay, you can buy a whole green screen kit for like $70.
They have Monsters for like $60,000, and the director who ended up directing Godzilla.
Yeah,
but he did all the special effects on a laptop like this thing, and they were phenomenal. Yeah. I was like, how the fuck did you do that on a laptop?
I know. But so amazing is that the technology is now making it easier for people to do stuff. It makes it easier for artists to create.
Well, you got independent films now. You've got outlets for them too. You do your film, you can sell it to Tubi, or you can sell it to whoever. Because like Tim's movie, I think is going to be on Tubi at the end of the month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not beholden. It's like comics. Like you don't have to go through Marvel and DC. And if you wanted a color book, you don't have to get a fucking warehouse full of color separators to color separate your book.
You're doing it there.
Exactly.
And even coloring on the computer now is so much easier because you had to make your own separations to get it printed.
Yeah.
No, you send them the TIFF, and that's it. You're done. That's it. It's amazing right now. All you have to do is do a product that's a decent product, because that's what people want. You're paying $5 for a comic book.
Yeah.
Are
you better.
Yeah, right.
That's on the low end. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what I was trying to explain to Joe. Is that right now
$4.95.
The only way, like, to make money in comics, you got to produce something that's at least 52 to 75, 80 pages, something like that.
Were talking about doing
the model's changing very much.
Yeah, the model's changed big time.
Well, I understand that too. If you got 12, like I'll have 12 issues, and you're selling each issue, I remember when we did it as kids, but now if you can make a collected.
It's not even a collected, just doing a graphic novel and doing because you I
collect my stories.
Yeah, no, for Gunfighters and Sinbuck, you're definitely going to be able to do a collective. But I'm talking about like for anything new, you just do a big like graphic novel and dump it for like $25-$30, on crowdfunding, and that way the customer feels like they got this big fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And you make a good amount of money, because honestly, 500 backers on a $3 book or 500 backers on a $30 book. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I wish I finagled it so that like Preston would have done like the last 3 issues of Six Gun instead of just like the next issue. But the model's changing.
Every year.
Every year. Yeah, it changes quick too.
I'm surprised. You know what I'm surprised didn't really take off was digital comic books. because you could get them for $1.
I knew it wasn't. I knew it
Well,
wasn't
they
going to
cost too
take
much.
off. I fucking knew it. And the reason why is because comics, there's no collector's value on a digital comic. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And that's I was like, that's the. But manga, from what I understand, manga treats digital comics the same way they treat physical. It costs the same amount for a digital as it does for a physical. But they've noticed that, you know, they promote them both the same, but the people who buy digital usually go to physical. You know what I'm saying? Because if they like something a lot, they'll be like, no, well, I want a physical copy of that.
Yeah.
So they'll order
Library.
the physical copy.
That's not that might be true because I don't like audiobooks. I want the book in my hand when I read it.
I like them both. I mean,
I can do
prefer-
both.
I've only
I
done
didn't
audiobooks
prefer-
once. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do that again because I know it's
dude.
a whole.
The reason why I do it
Different
is
reading.
drawing.
because
World War Z.
I
Yeah.
can work while I'm doing it.
Listen to
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
I
That's what I
can't do
wanna
that.
do.
I cannot work and I can't work with the TV on. I can't.
No,
I
me
can.
neither.
I can
No,
work.
audiobooks are different because my eyes aren't drawn to it. Like I can
Yeah,
work
but
and listen and
it's
still
like
work.
I can't do sketches at a convention. All the distractions just fuck me up. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Other
If
people
I'm
have dropped
listening to
bombs
an
on
audiobook,
their
I'm
heads.
listening to that story, and I'm
Right.
not going to be able to pay attention to the.
Oh,
to-
right. And I can't write while I'm listening to an audiobook. I got to put
No,
music
you can't
on.
write to it.
No,
I can't
but,
write anything's around. It's got to
Oh
be
my God.
dead silent when I'm writing.
but I can draw to it. I can definitely
I put on a
draw
lot
to
of
it.
metal.
I got to listen to something while I'm drawing.
When I'm
Can't be
drawing, I
quiet.
got to listen to music. I can listen to music, but I can't listen to a TV because suddenly I'm like, what the fuck is on there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
that's
listen to
true.
music mostly when I'm writing, but that's also because I've already done the writing in my head, and when I'm sitting down to write, it's just stenography pretty much.
No, that's
Oh, that makes sense. Like some movie scores, like the Conan score.
Yeah, mood music for sure.
you got an action scene to do. Pum, 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 pum.
Oh yeah.
I used to when I was little. I would do that. I would just start making music scores up in my head. And the sound
I do-
effects. My mom's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh, I used to do little
He's
radio
crazy.
shows and shit when I was a kid. You know, like before your voice cracks, I could do all this crazy shit with your voice. Oh,
I'm gonna get going, boys.
All right.
Matt,
I'll see you next
much
week.
love, dude.
All right.
Everybody
What are
go
we
check out
watching?
Butch
What are you guys
Flavor.
watching next week? I got to try and get on here earlier.
I know. I was just thinking, like this has almost been 3 fucking hours. Let's figure out what are we watching next week. Any suggestions?
Blood and Black Lace.
Blood and Black Lace. Okay,
I'm down.
let me check real quick. Is that on Tubi?
I'm down for whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me check. Let me see.
Oh, that's right. You got to get something off of
Something
cable.
that, yeah. Oh, yeah, boy. There it is.
Hell,
Blood and Black Lace.
Yeah.
Perfect.
cool. Sounds
Booyah.
good to me. I don't know shit
Booyah.
about it either, so
Oh, yeah,
it's just
you're
fun for
gonna
me.
you're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
in for a
Oh,
surprise.
yeah, you're gonna dig
I haven't
it.
seen none of these fucking movies, so every week it's just like a new fucking thing for me, new experiment.
Which is great. I love sharing stuff with people.
share it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, oh, you haven't seen that? Oh, yeah, boy.
Hell yeah.
Because I envy. It's like, oh, this is gonna be your first experience
You're
with
like,
this
you
thing,
lucky
with this
motherfucker.
thing. Oh, kick ass.
Hell
I
yeah.
can live vicariously through you.
Well, I hope you like it.
I'm,
Yeah. Oh,
I probably will.
He probably
All right.
will. All right. Well,
Sweet. I'm outta here,
All
too.
right, see you
We're
later.
gonna peace out, people.
Bye.
Peace,
Bye.
love, and soul. And like Bruce Lee said, play seriously.
Be like
Peace.
water.